Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first matchup of the Emerald League Season 3 quarterfinals between the largest men and Yo Daddy. My name is EpilepticUnicorn. Joining me is Comeonet and IXZY to give us the amazing player insight. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good. How are you,
I'm
man?
doing fantastic.
Something about that tone. It's just, I don't know if I can believe you.
Well, you see, I'm trying to put input this time because last time I was asked how I was, it was pure silence.
We're escalating. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at our, like I said, we are um, covering the Yo Daddy versus Largeman matchup today. It's the 5 seed versus the 4 seed, so theoretically should be a relatively close matchup. How do you guys see this series playing out?
Definitely close, man. Definitely close. Well, I mean, I think it won't be close if Yo Daddy play with their hands, but if they don't, shit.
The Largemen do actually have their full roster for like the first time all season.
I know. I was looking through the games. I'm like, man, there really is just like pure difference between these rosters and a whole bunch of role swapping. But with the full roster, they might this might be their playoffs bus, you know?
True. It could come back. Yeah. So yeah, I think think it's fairly likely we go to 3 games this series, and I'm gonna give the slight edge to large men.
Okay.
I think they're gonna be able to pull it out 2-0, but we're gonna have some very long and flippy games going back and forth during this series. Is my prediction for how this plays out.
Yeah, very consistent with the season. With how everyone's playing, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's gonna be probably 3 games. I'll say 2-1, probably. Yo Daddy.
Jared is just trying to grief me over here. I said 2-1, and he's trying to say I said 2-0. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you did say 2-0, but
I said it will go to 3 games. How is that saying 2-0?
You initially said 2-0, but you did say I was going to go through 2-3 games, so the math didn't line up there.
Well,
here, they'll lose the first game and they'll go to 0 afterwards. How about that?
okay, so you're saying 2-1 Yo Daddy?
I'll say 2-1 Yo Daddy. I believe in Yo Daddy's players more to have proper working hands than large men.
Yeah, I believe that.
All right. Looking at the matchup, do you guys think there's like a specific focal point that would determine if one team or the other wins? Like, what's the biggest impact you're looking at? If they pop off, they're going to just carry their team.
So, do we know the lineup? Because they ran 2 different lineups. So they had Crab jungle in some of the weeks, and they also had them top. So
yeah, I believe Crab is going to be jungling, and Supreme Chris will top lane. I believe is their decided roster.
Yeah, I think jungle is going to be a role that is going to be really contended here, because it's like we have a new player autofill on jungle, but he's probably better than Becky. So I would probably say that is probably the lane to watch, or role to watch.
I mean, last time these teams went up against each other, they went 1-1, and the support player Wonder, they went support Ivern.
True.
So that's one of the more interesting things. I just feel like large men are willing to throw their draft in a more entertaining way.
All right. Well, we are getting straight into draft, and the typical bans against large men already coming out here. The Maokai's ban. There's normally a new deer that follows it, but the large men answering with the Aphelios ban on Stank.
We could also see a Cog ban.
True.
A Victor ban potentially, or a Nivea. Probably for these next 2. It's probably going to be one of those 3. Oh, we see a Shyvana actually.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they just bank on Frozen having the same performance on Victor as he did his last game of last week, where he died like 14 times, and just say, we can punish him if give him Victor. But
We'll see.
the Fiddlesticks gets banned out. Not think Becky's that's kind of been their defaulted champion after the Maokai and Udyr have been
Wow,
normally banned, so
okay.
a little bit less agency for them. And they go with the Xayah ban instead of the Kog'Maw ban against Stank. So that is open, and it's just going to be first picked. So.
Yeah.
So I think throughout my entire casting career, I've only seen Stank play the 2 champions.
I don't understand the Xayah ban. Can someone explain that? Like,
probably just one of those. Hey, Xayah's the safe champion that we just want to. They have an answer to Kog'Maw for the most part. Even though I'm pretty sure YoDaddy will less likely pick the Xayah over the Kog'Maw, but
Okay.
I mean, I think Boat Chicken has been by far the weakest laning AD carry, so I'm not sure you want to say we have an answer to a scaling Kog'Maw pick, but
look, Copium, okay?
He recently got a haircut though, so the fresh cut, maybe.
Oh, PogChamp?
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Boat Chicken has never played the same champion twice. He's played 10 unique AD carries, so we'll see if he finally picks a duplicate one.
Champ Ocean.
This week. But the Tristana Sejuani being picked up. A little bit of a flux with that Tristana. Pretty strong mid laner, and could just flex the bot lane if they don't like the matchup.
Yeah,
so.
Didn't Tristana recently just get readjusted to become more of a bot laner than a mid laner?
I think it's just still a stronger mid laner than bot lane, but it's definitely not. It's not the troll bot laner that it used to be, where it's like, oh, it's a flex, but not really because you can't play a bot.
I think it was a nerf, not an adjustment. I'm not positive.
Ooh, we're getting the Kane coming out from Crab. So they are really leaning into the scaling thing. They're not going to be able to do anything with this bot jungle combo for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be up to the tree to actually pull things off in the early game, or at least farm until 6 so that they have a lot of impact throughout the game. But we do see the Blitzcrank coming out, which is a lot of all-in potential for the Tristana itself. If this Tristana goes ball lane, then whoever gets grabbed is instantly bursted, level 1.
He's almost dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great response. I think it's good into Kane, too. Like, I think Blitzcrank has a lot of lockdown for Kane. It prevents him from R'ing in on the team. So it's, like, pretty damn good.
Alright, well, you get the Renekton ban out here. Looks like both teams may be looking at a mid jungle. Large mid maybe are looking for a mid top. And maybe large mid is looking for a bot top. So we'll see what YoDaddy decides to ban. But they think that's Trish spot, and they're just gonna ban out the Silas.
Yeah, these bans from large men like kind of lead me to believe that they have some top pick in mind if they're banning already Renekton, unless they're just banning him because he's strong.
Yeah,
I'm not sure though, to be honest.
It could just be a strong blind pick that they kind of expect Supreme to pull out if they don't ban it out. So just want maybe a more volatile.
Yeah, I've seen Quintek pull out the Karma top recently.
Yeah, that is a Quintek special here.
Yeah, so it could just be banning out the Renekton because it's really hard to run away from Renekton as Karma top from personal experience.
They're just gonna blind the orange, so giving this last pick over to this flex, whether they want it Tristana mid or bot lane, not letting YoDaddy know.
Yeah. I'm surprised they chose the Ornn over like something like a, because I have also seen a lot of Cassante recently coming out of Quintek, and I personally like that champion a lot more than Ornn in recent times. Yeah,
and they're really putting the focus on whatever Kuma and Boat are playing. It really needs to be 2 high impact damage dealers, and they cannot fall behind, or you're going to be a 1-threat comp. With the rest of their front line, they have no damage outside of it. So
yeah, I think they need more dive. I feel like Leonard's men need somebody to get to this backline because YoDaddy have 3 backline champions. So I feel like if we want to get to these champs in fights,
Yeah, large men support is gonna have to do a lot of work if they even want to try to get past any sort of front line.
Yeah, I think if this game goes far enough, like in time, it's just like Daddy's just gonna outscale.
And Yodaddy is playing 4v5.
It's Wukong. It's Wukong.
Okay.
We have 3 people spamming Wukong.
Wukong. So
Yeah.
they're just playing Wukong top lane?
He's a jungler, right?
Or are they playing real weird and playing Kane top lane?
Yeah.
I
I mean, no, I don't think so. Yeah.
I think it's more Wukong. A lot of armor shred against the Ornn. A lot of juke ability, and but it's not exactly the top lane pick that I would go in general.
No, yeah, but it's good for their team fight. I mean, they get some peel with it. It's annoying as hell. So
It also is something that can, help put up barriers and basically immune Blitzcrank hooks. Because really, they had no one who was even willing to be able to stand up front. But at least they can use the clone if he reacts fast enough to at least, try and block some of those out. But I think, it's really focusing in here on this Blitzcrank, as there's a lot of squishy priority targets that don't have any escapes if they get pulled in. So, and there's a lot of CC coming out on large bin, but I think if Kuma or Boat fall behind, it can be really difficult for them to have actual damage to team fight as you get into mid game.
100%, I agree. I think Kuma is like unironically the most important member on their team right now. Like this Yone is insane.
Yeah, a lot of silent pressure, a lot of team fight pressure as well. Being able to just ult into their backline, and if you have a good lineup, then their backline is just straight up dead for Yodaddy.
Yeah, this is a good pick. I mean, I just think like you said earlier, like if he gets behind, it's so bad for them.
Yeah, and I mean, given Boat's track record of laning phase, it seems kind of likely that he's gonna fall behind in this lane. Although he hasn't been laning with their actual first round pick support.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just a game changer. But I think on average, I think Boat falls behind the most out of all 80 carries at 14 minutes, and hopefully he'll be able to turn that around this game. I mean, they have a pretty advantageous matchup here, as long as they time their trades well and don't just throw out Blitzcrank hooks on cooldown and miss all of them.
Did it actually Wander?
Yeah, it is actually Wanderer playing.
It's
The overlay was.
Oh, okay. I saw a different name. My bad.
Yeah. The overlay just updated. It was a little prematurely filled out. Just anticipating.
Yeah, it's why I mentioned the Wanderer earlier on, because in the lobby it was just Wonder. But in terms of the draft, who do you think has the advantage as they're going into the game?
Honestly, I feel like large men's is like easier to pull off, but I think Yodaddy's like have a large upscale, like a lot of scaling potential, to be honest. So I think it's like we have to end the games a little early, but we have Ornn, so it's like weird. I don't know. It's a very strong. I think Yodaddy take it, honestly.
Yeah. Typically I typically lean towards these, easier to execute, like just engage comps, and the large men kind of have like the prototypical of that. I just really worry about them actually executing it well enough in the early game to have the damage to, keep snowballing through the game. So I think Yodaddy probably wins this game like 60% of the time.
Yeah.
But if the large men get ahead, it could just be a very quick stomp. They just engage on cooldown and kill anyone in range.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think Yodaddy, if they're able to just if they're able to stay alive throughout all of laning phase, then they just straight up have an advantage for mid and late game. So my thoughts are leaning towards Yodaddy at the moment.
Wow, 3-0.
It's okay. They're scaling. They'll come back later in the series.
Yeah. In terms of large men, I guess we'll have to see how well this Blitzcrank can do in the early game to see if he's able to get any good advantages for his team.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to look for some mid roams too. Like putting the Cinder behind is actually like a pretty big focus for Largeman. Like that's a large source of their AP damage. They don't really have, you know, other AP damage except for her or Kog'Maw, you know, based on his hybrid. But yeah, I would like to see a lot of ganks mid if I'm the Sejuani.
Yep. All right, and I think with that, we'll throw it to a quick break while we wait for Spectator to catch up, and when we come back, we'll have game one between YoDaddy and Largeman.
I can
And
guarantee
we
you.
are back for the start of game one with a little bit of Spectator pickup, but looks like we might get some action as Sweeper gets popped early, so they won't actually see that they're on this ward as it barely times out.
Oh, they're
Oh
stacking.
no!
It's level 1.
Oh
Level
no.
1 cheese.
Just
You gotta
wonder,
go for
just
a blind
throw this
pick. You
hook.
don't win.
Just throw the hook. Just throw the hook.
Do
You
it.
know they're there.
Do it.
No!
No, you fool.
Wonder walks straight in. He gets chunked out. Barely lives, but no, the last auto is gonna kill him. As now the large men are running for the retreat. See if Becky can get out. Might have to burn the flash and will. And that's
was the
a
Syndrome.
terrible start for this large
Aw.
man, walking right into that bush.
Fun fact about Blitzcrank. If you don't blind hook, you lose a level 1 every time.
Oh.
You throw a hook, and what else do you have for the team fight? And just walking to all 5, you have no chance of winning any type of level 1.
Yeah, or he should have just instantly flashed, like, have the reaction time. I mean, I don't know. Like, this is
Yeah.
like, wow, this is bad.
And that's now he's looking just to harass them. Maybe looking for a level 1 play here. He's just okay. Didn't quite get the Raptor there, and
Now he's just gonna be behind XP. Like, this is horrible.
yeah. Yeah, I think once you walk into that first bush, it's like, okay, sure, you're face checking like the normal bushes, someone might AFK at level 1. But as soon as you don't see them there, I think you just have to expect that either they all left because you're on a ward, or they're like trying to get some sort of, level 1 fight. And you just have to blind hook into the next bush, and then if you don't find anything, you guys just leave from
Yeah,
there.
now that's gonna enable Stank to just walk up at level 2 and just, Wander's gonna be level 1. He's got no threat. I don't know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I'll have to see if they can pull it back. He can land some clutch hooks in this
Yeah.
bot line. There is a ghost on Stank and exhaust on images, so they don't have heal. So maybe they can, try and find something with that. But it's really all just going to come down to the Blitzcrank hooks when he lands them. If we take a look, maybe at the other lanes here, it's pretty even so far. It looks like both junglers just going for a full clear from the red to blue side. So we'll end on opposite sides of the map here. But Kane is a bit faster, even with the Blitzcrank trying to interrupt him a bit.
Look, this kind of got one little chicken. Okay,
Did it?
Yeah, I did.
I think it did, yeah. It's worth.
All right.
Small experience advantage.
All right. Well, we'll see if either of these junglers decide to make a play here once they complete their full clear.
Mm.
Like you said, you kind of wanted to see, Becky looking for these mid ganks.
Yeah, but
So we'll see if after this crab, maybe he tries to find something there. Well, maybe hoping Kane's on a reset.
yeah,
Yeah.
he can definitely. He's on Gromp, If he gets his scuttle, he can look mid. Why not?
Yeah. Both solo laners helping out the top side for that Skull Crab. So they probably don't have enough information on where large men's jungler currently is.
He can do that. Why is he not getting this?
He's just going for the re-steal on the Raptors spawn.
Really?
So just focusing a little bit more on the farm. Knew Kane was on the top side, and they knew the timer from Blitzcrank and harassing. But now Quintic's in a bit of trouble. Should be able to get himself out of here. Might have to burn the flash, but he's going to be safe. And just a little bit of damage and forcing that TP out early. That's all Crab is going to get for the cost of the Raptors. The hook's going to land, but there's no follow-up, so just a couple hundred damage onto Stank, but it will be able to catch that wave. And they still haven't gone for this mid play, even though this wave has been stuck in the middle of the wave for this whole time.
Wow. I cannot believe that Frozen did not get ganked there. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Look, man, KFC just looked a lot better trace than an actual kill. Okay.
Unfortunate, all these fast food restaurants just taking over the world.
But I did see the bot lane. They're going for an early reset. I wonder if they're going to try anything for this early dragon. As they did walk into the jungle, but they didn't place any wards. So I'm not really sure the plan. Especially since both just switched over to a red trinket to try and clear vision. Apparently.
Wait, what?
Oracles. Oh my
What?
god.
He went Oracle's lens.
Why?
On their team already.
Look, there's 3 Oracles on large men right now. They're playing the hard. Hey, if we place wards, we're gonna get gold.
They're playing against Timo Shaco. What's that?
They just know that Ethereal buys so many control wards if they just use the sweeper to find the control wards.
Wow, man. That's crazy. 3 of them already. What the...
They heard LS complain about double pink ward in their inventory so much that they're like, hey, that's actually free gold.
Or maybe they want to collect on ethereal images 17 pinks or whatever.
Yeah. They're like, see, now we'll know where he placed the pink wards without going in the bush he placed them.
Smart.
But Kane looking for something here, but they shouldn't find anything. No CC in this bot lane. Just maybe get a little bit of damage, but has to be a little bit careful here. They're turning a lot of damage around.
Oh, he could have
Stank.
slowed. He could have slowed there. Dang. Yeah, I think that was a really good damage on the bot lane too. I think this is like really good for them. They can look on a possible Drake off that.
They might just be looking for Kane here,
Yeah,
as
they're
he's
pushing the wave.
almost face checked into them, but turns around.
Yeah, they're gonna go for Drake. After they push this bot wave in. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
smart
failed
play.
gang. The Kane is already low health. This should be a free dragon for them as
Wukong does
Yeah.
have TP, and Ornn doesn't. So if they try to contest this, they could have a man advantage. But it looks
Yeah.
like they are just going to be content giving this up. Wukong's going to TP back up to top line.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the first rank going over to large men.
Yeah, well, the difference here is Yo Daddy's ball lane hasn't taken a reset yet, so they're a bit behind in terms of items. So that's sort of a hard contest to begin with.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And especially with Kane already that low, it's like they can't, So they did really good there, spotting that out and getting the Drake. Now we
That's
need
it.
to
We'll just
focus on Rift.
we'll just have a more farming from all these lanes, and so far it's been relatively even, other than the early 300 gold going over to the Syndra.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what occurs. Here's,
Right,
the
well-
next objective would be Rift Herald.
Yeah, definitely.
The hook does land. They're going to get some good damage. Shouldn't take any damage out. The ult is committed, and he barely lives. Boat is jumping in for a flashes
Nice.
forward, gets the reset. It's going to take a turret shot, and I think he's going to go down. He barely
down.
lives, but Stank's going to
I
flash
wonder
forward
it
to
takes a
finish
turret
off.
shot. He might just die because Kane's down here.
Wanderer trades flash with Kane, but the slow is going to land, and that should be the death of Wanderer. We'll see if they're able to give this kill over to Kog'Maw, and they are. But in the meantime, a 2v2 is happening in mid lane, and that's going to be one kill down. There will be a second kill going over to the Yona. Becky is going to take that one. So trades across the map, but overall it ends up being a 3-for-2 in favor of the large men.
Yeah, definitely in favor of large men for sure. I mean, I think the Ka getting 2 kills is really bad, but I mean, I think Wander should have just left him. Like as soon as he saw him take that tower shot, he should have just left his ADC right there and just let him die.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's abandoned hope for any type of AD carry living there. But in terms of Yo Daddy solo laners, they should have been aware that their Kane had just shown up in the ball lane to try and clean up the kills. So they were already at a man disadvantage, and that gave up a free Rift Herald for large men to just take a good lead. Now that they've taken over the gold lead, there's now 700 gold from coming over to large men.
Yeah, I didn't catch what exactly started, but I think Supreme Chris might have been roaming down to look for a play on mid lane, and just Becky was there to answer, and they just turned it around in a 2v2 because Ornn didn't get assists for either. So it was just a straight 2v2, and I think they just weren't expecting Sejuani to be there looking for a mid gank. But like you said, that is going to be Herald. I would like to see them try and use that to funnel some gold onto this Yone. He's kind of your big, agency solo lane here with lots of the damage that you need on your team.
Yeah, or you could put a bot, and just go for a bot dive with Lulu all down or something,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
Blitzcrank is looking for something mid lane. But maybe minion wave was there in time. But Becky does have ult. We'll see if he just throws it out here. There's no stun. He just needs to land this ult. And it lands all hits, and that's going to be another kill going over to Kuma. They knew that Syndra flash was down and no cleanse. That's going to be a perfect Herald drop as well. They should get a lot of money for this Yone here.
I think if he didn't even hit it, I think he still dies because he has no flash. Oh, Missy Kane.
Yeah, no flash, easy slow setup as well from the ulti.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Yone is already going to become a threat. This is one of the things that we were talking about with the Yone. A lot of side lane pressure, plus a lot of team fight pressure as well if he's able to get free access to the backline. As we're seeing something onto the Lulu, who's alone.
Probably more for let him get away, but we saw Stank actually roamed all the way up to mid lane, and that just gave Boat free time in this bot wave. It pushed another wave, got, I think, another plate or two down in bot lane. And Stank's going to lose another wave here as that gets crashed. So
I would have liked to seen a dive, but I mean, this works, I guess. Yeah, they got a big advantage.
Quintic threw the ult backwards, so isn't going to get the first proc of it, and I think that's going to let Supreme get away. Now Supreme actually going back in for the second R. He just needs one auto attack, and he's barely going to get the Q off. The Ornn just Yeah, if he doesn't have the attack speed rune on his rune page, just flame him. That's why he lost. But that's going to be a solo kill for Chris in the top lane. Very risky to go back in, but he had the damage.
Yeah, I did not think he was going to win that.
We are unsure if the Ornn Radiant Virtue is still bugged. I will look into that.
Oh, they're looking for something. It's going to be a 3v3, but it looks like everyone's going to back up. And now Wanderer might look for Stank is walking super far forward, but the hook goes wide. And that's going to be into this. I believe they saw Kane at one point. I think they know he's here. And they're just posturing here a bit. As Yon has made his way down, as now they might just try and force it here. Ethereal is caught out, does have flash and is going to use it. Maybe they don't know Kane is here, as Boat's walking very aggressively straight at him.
No, it's a free Drake though. No flash on Lulu, and this is big prio, honestly.
Wukong made his way down, but now it's just going to turn around and go back top. Now it's coming back, a little bit of indecision, but it looks like they're going to contest. Yon is going to start off by landing onto Wukong, gets pulled over the wall, should be able to clone back to safety, but hasn't quite found it yet. The smite is not able to be secured by Crab, as Becky is going to get that one. Now Kuma has to run for his life. The Wild Growth comes out to secure it, save Crab, and now Stank is in the front line, just free auto-attacking onto everyone. There's nothing left. Boat Chicken jumps in the back line, trying to get one kill, but doesn't have the damage, and now going to go down as well. And that's 2 kills over to Yo Daddy for the cost of the dragon, and a little bit of top lane damage from Ornn.
Yeah, it was looking real sketch at first, considering that the Wukong still didn't have the ulti from his previous skirmish, but they were able to just play the team fight out. Large Men just didn't really have too big of a focus on trying to even take down like one player of Yo Daddy, so that's just a good consolation prize for the dragon.
Yeah, definitely. Their focus was really bad in that fight. I think if they all went on one guy and like just continued like that, they would have won the fight, I think. But they just took too long to kill somebody.
Oh, but Frozen's now into trouble, has no flash. The hook's just gonna land, and he's going to go down. Another kill going over to Yon. And did Yon not have ult for that dragon fight? Because he still has it now, so I wonder if he didn't have it there. Because he could have just gone straight back over the wall once Wukong was pulled and just keep him over there and get the kill and everyone walks out. So maybe he just didn't have that, and that's why they were a little bit split focused there. But Boat is still walking super aggressively forward, but loses the bad end of the trade there, as we are pretty much even now. It's still just a 500 gold lead here at 14 minutes. So like we talked about in draft, that's pretty favorable for Yo Daddy, just keeping the gold even now and letting this Kog'Maw scale.
Definitely.
Yeah, and here's where we're seeing like the struggles of the Wukong top lane, where now Ornn's at the point where he's built a lot of armor, he's already like being surrounded. He's actually gonna get ganked and dove underneath the tower.
The Ornn comes out into the Sejuani ult, and he just gets popped real fast. Another kill goes over to Becky's. Kind of been everywhere on the map here so far this game. Has been playing it pretty well, as Wanderer's looking for a hook, goes for ethereal images instead. Are they gonna have the burst damage? They will, and now they're gonna have to get out as Stank is just free hitting all over them. Boat's going to go down, tries to cleanse, uses the stopwatch to buy some time. Flashes away, tried to get some damage bout. Stank is going to flash after him, but now Stank walks straight into the Yon. He's going to get tagged by the ult and cleans up. And now Crab is going to have to jump over the wall, but just doesn't have it. As long as they get away from the wall and not let him escape, he has to flash away to safety, now just trying to keep kiting it out. But Kuma was quick fingers getting down there, matching the TP, and is going to win that trade out for the Large Men. Stank did get another kill, but burned his flash to do so.
Yeah, and that leaves a lot of the Kog'Maw really vulnerable. If the Yon even just comes down with ult, or the Sejuani comes down with the Yon, it's just this Kog'Maw can't really live for too long anymore. This Yon is definitely gonna be a huge problem for Yo Daddy if they're gonna continue. They're gonna need to try and shut down this Yon at some point, because that's just straight up 800 gold.
Yeah.
Luckily for them, they have a Lulu and a point-and-click polymorph. So, as long as Lulu doesn't use that for anyone besides Yon in the team fights, that'll at least buy them a little bit of time.
Yeah, I would like to see some Frozen Heart pick up against Large Men. Like, I think that would be really insane. They have both of their carries are auto attack dependent champions, and it would just be really good to see someone build it. But
yeah. I don't think any, because the only two people who can build it would be like the jungler and top lane, but I don't think they're ever gonna stray away from their current build.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just build a Kog'Maw's third item.
Kog'Maw third item, true, tank Kog.
Yeah, it might be a little hard to break through the Ornn Sejuani after that, but speaking of Ornn being broken through, has to burn that flash, getting back himself under tower. Supreme is going super deep. There is no knockup, so he's not going to get locked up underneath that turret, but not able to find anything, trading out his ult for flash.
Yeah, a lot of patience on the Ornn ulti, as he's just not gonna use it to clear the wave.
It was just coming back up.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it was just coming back up. Just using it to clear the wave. He's going to maybe back, maybe try and catch another wave here, but well played by them, as now they might be looking for something, as Stank is just walking straight into this bush. A flash forward into the knockup, Silence into the pullback, and that's just a free kill. And you see how easy it is to kill this Kog'Maw without flash if there's not the rest of the team there to peel for him.
I mean, he literally ran towards the bush. So, I mean,
the classic AD carry face checking bushes. What's changed in League?
Yeah, and that's just third dragon that's going to go over to large man without AD carry here. They have no chance of fighting for this, so unless Crab can find a miracle steal, that's going to be sole point here at 17.5 minutes. It's going to go very favorable for large men here, as they're kind of starting to snowball. You know, at 14 minutes, it was pretty even, and now they're up 3,500 gold here. Really funneling gold into their two carries now.
Yeah, this is big. This is big. Oh.
As all comes out, Frozen just flashes straight into it. He's not going to find it, but the turret shot is going to finally land and secure the trade back. That's going to be a shutdown over to Frozen and let him get that Shadow Flame complete. Might just lose their mid tower here as Herald is dropped. Crab is trying to be a little bit annoying. Should just be able to live with that ult. The hook goes wide. Don't have the damage to take him out, but that's mid tower secured, along with the top tower that was already secured. Archman just keep opening up this gold lead, now over 3,000 gold.
Yeah, it's just really difficult for GoDaddy to really do anything, considering that large men, they just bring a whole bunch of numbers to all of these fights. I haven't seen a single multi-man play from GoDaddy yet, other than the previous dragon fight, but...
Yeah, this looks really solid.
Oh, they're looking for it. Quintic is getting dove, but he's still Ornn, he's still tanky, he's going to barely die, but we'll trade it back to the tower, 1 for 1.
Oh, you get Radiant Ornn, there you go. You get called it.
There we go.
Yeah. I didn't see anything about the Radiant Virtue being on Ornn being bugged anymore, so it should be fine.
I got 2 of them actually. Wow.
Yeah, lots of healing coming out from large men here. Lots of extra HP for Kog'Maw to have to burn through. Definitely going to be a big frontline, especially if he wants to try and build something defensive like the Frozen Heart third. Which you can a lot of times get away with on Kog'Maw when there's not super fed big beefy tanks that you have to burn through. If you just do so much just flat pen or whatever. But Ethereal's gonna get caught out here, has to burn the flash. The Polymorph is gonna come out to save his life, as well as the TP, and now they're trying to turn this around. A late TP coming out from Quintic. He might just get turned on as soon as he lands. He's now in the middle of 3 people, gets the exhaust, but he
flashes into it.
But at the same time, Boat just gets completely caught out by the Syndra. As now Stank is just going to be completely uncontested. Kuma can't find the angle. He's just forgetting, but the hook just lands it. And Stank might go down here, living on 1 HP, but a huge Yono comes out to finally finish him off. Now they're just kind of keep running for the hills, as the Kane is going to get 1 kill. Chasing forward, gets the second, and now Quintic is all by himself, but he's going to go down underneath this turret. Ethereal's going to go down to the tower, but in the end, it's going to be a 2 for 5 in favor of GoDaddy, and that gold lead is rapidly disappearing.
Yeah, everyone on large men, the server just playing really reactively to just...
Frozen?
It's okay, tower goes down anyway. It's fast back.
Fast back.
40 seconds?
Yeah.
Plus 40 to the gray screen counter?
Look, it's 21 minutes into the game, it's still,
I think Supreme could be dead here. Boat just commits the flash for it, but he doesn't, and Wanderer fails the Hex Splash.
Okay, a few mishaps. We don't talk about this.
They knew the clone and flash were down for Wukong. I'm not sure why Boat didn't just commit for that.
As Wonder is now getting caught out in the same spot he got caught out before. With
Wonder's
Bo.
just gonna go down here. Boat's looking to try and peel this one out, but the bomb lands onto the clone, and now he's gonna go down as well. Now uses his flash, but he's enemy territory completely surrounded.
He got,
and this
no.
Just super disjointed play from the large men these past couple minutes, and that gold advantage they have is now completely gone.
Large men's balling is single-handedly throwing the last two fights. They got caught out in the exact same place, knowing that they're on vision. They're wondering, hey, how did we die last time? Oh, I don't know. Let's just try it again and see what happens.
Yeah, that's horrible. I would like to see a cleaver. Okay, I was about to say I would like to see a cleaver on Kane. He just bought it. Yeah, that's a great pickup. This is gonna allow him to chew through this front line now, and he's gonna become a real problem for them now. So it's crazy. Yeah, the game is getting really out of hand for them.
Yeah, with how many shutdowns Large Men just gave over, it's the gold thing literally just went from a 3k towards Large Men to just exactly even. There's just so much gold going to Yo Daddies as they go into the late game. Yeah. I think they've got to the point where they scale and they can just take any fight.
Yeah. Cogman just completed his Runeans as well, so now he can start cleaving off of all of these frontliners and melee champions in his face. But we are setting up for a dragon fight here in 10 seconds. This will be Soul. If Large Men are able to get it, it's Hextech Soul, so it's going to be extremely impactful. They are kind of getting pushed off here as Orin is a bit away, not really being able to offer the big front line. But Stank is a little bit in bad position. They're just trying to force on the floor, but they are going to back off, and now the Orin ult is coming out. The stun is landed to block the second half. They're just going straight in onto Frozen. He gets silenced, but he's not enough damage to follow up as Yon just gets completely cut it out. And a huge Wukong ult coming in. Boat Chicken gets isolated off, but he's just going to get shut down by the Kane. As now Yon tries to come in for a cleanup, but can't find anything. And that's just going to be at least 4 kills as Quintix getting chased down. Crab is looking for Wanderer. It's just going to be a clean ace. They're probably going to get Baron off of this as well as a triple kill comes out for Stank.
This should be game. Like, if they're a good enough team, they should end. Like, they should be able to win from this position. They get Drake, they deny the Soul, and they get Baron. This is an insane, like, turnaround.
Yeah, just once again super uncoordinated by the Large Men. Gonna lose the Dragon, lose 5 kills. Now they're down 3k gold. They're gonna lose the tower here too, so they're not gonna lose Baron just yet because of the chase down they tried to go for onto the Blitzcrank. But things are in a very bad spot now, and they're kind of relying on Miracle Blitzcrank hooks at this point to have any sort of chance in the fight, because that whole time Kog'Maw was just free hitting. The Cinder could just walk out of the little bit of CC that landed. And we can see as soon as Tristano got zoned out by the Kane, he can't really deal with the Kane by himself. He needs his team to peel for him, but that means they're not diving in onto the back line.
Yeah, even with how far ahead the Yon got, the moment he ults in, everyone just turned on him and he just straight up died within 3 seconds.
Well, we'll have to see if the Large Men can pull it back together, or if the Yo Daddy are going to be able to take this lead and close out victory in game 1. But you take a look across the boards. We got 2 items on pretty much everyone, but as I say that, Supreme is looking for it all in. He just completely shreds Kuma. He just needs one more ult target. The ult is coming out from Yon to try and buy some time, but it's not enough, as Boat Chicken is finally here to try and answer back, but Supreme looking to get it himself out to safety. Is going to get the go down in the end, not able to trade back in time as the Cinder ult, or the Cinder TP came in, but it wasn't quite fast enough. Now they might just be looking for something. It's still super disjointed. Let's see if they go for anything. The stun does land onto Wanderer. Just a bit of poke lands, but he's already at half HP. Cinder still has ult. Not going to commit it just yet, but he's very close to being in range. They're still looking here. Kog'Maw is back, but they're just hanging out around here trying to see if they can find anything going on, but they won't, as both teams will finally back off.
Yeah, really just like a trade of kills, nothing too much. I purely expect this full control of the Baron for Yo Daddy. And they do have Stank in the bot side currently to clear up some waves. I'm not sure about that macro decision, considering Baron's up and they're supposed to try to go for Baron. But I guess we're sort of in a standstill. What do you guys think Large Men really have to do to somehow come back into the game with a 3k deficit right now.
They need to pave the way for the Yon, but it's really hard now because Kane and Wukong are now actually pretty big, so it's like he has to worry about kind of like this bruiser front line. And
they're just gonna split Baron here. They knew Stank was sort of on the bot side of the map. They're trying to rush this onto here, but now Crab just gets pulled straight into the pit. But now Boat Chicken is walking away. He's not hitting. As now the Ornn ult is finally coming out, but now they just CC is landing onto Boat. He has to flash out to safety, and the Kane is, or the Young's going to go down. This is just a disaster for the large man, looking for that desperation play, but it's just not enough. Boat Chicken tries to walk up to surprise Stank, but he's going to go down. Another kill in favor of Yodanity. This is going to be the Baron, and we'll see how much damage they can do with this.
And you gotta say, 5k up. This is looking bad.
Every single time I see a fight from large men, they're literally fighting in like both entrances of the jungle.
They were definitely just not on the same page of how they were going to turn on to Crab as they hooked him in over the pit. Because Stank just immediately, or Stank, Boat just immediately started walking away while the team was CCing him. And then Boat walks back in once the CC is ended, so he gets jumped on and then gets stunned by Syndra. Maybe if they all committed onto Kane, they could have burst him out in the CC before he could get his ult off, but with Tristana not hitting, they just don't have any damage onto it.
That's why I just feel like the Tristana was such an awkward pick. Like, it's a weird pick with this comp. I feel like Jinx would just be a lot better. I don't know. They needed some hyper carry, like bot lane. I feel like Tristana's just not enough damage for what you need right now. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
You don't even see the stack shift coming in from the Tristana. They don't really have too much wave clear past trying to auto the wave and putting the Tristana in danger as well.
Yeah. This should be great.
All right. Looks like Large Man is maybe trying to look for a last desperation attempt here, but no, they're just going to back off here. Maybe give this dragon up.
They should.
Quintic is sort of out of position right now.
Yeah, they could kill him.
He's just going to back off as the Wukong is looking to TP up to match, and he's just going to win this 1v1 onto Kuma. Kuma's going to have to find his way to get out of here, but he's not able to.
There's no way he's escaping, man.
He just gets destroyed, and now there's no chance Large Men find anything here. Even if they hook Kog'Maw here, they just don't have the damage to kill him. Where's the Tristana? She finally jumps in, gets one auto attack down, and they finally take out the Kog'Maw. And now actually, Frozen is in a bit of trouble here. He's going down to half HP. He's just going to get run down, but at the same time, Boat is getting destroyed by this Kane. And now this Kane is just going to be able to heal up off the rest of the players.
There's no way in how they kill the Kane.
Yeah,
Preem is now here as well.
It's 3 tanks into Red Kane. He has so much healing just from that.
Yeah.
That's you saw there. They found the carries. They killed both of them before anyone on their team died, and it just didn't matter because Kane could just kill the one damage dealer that was there, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and it just really like went back to like what I said earlier. It's just like they just kill. If they kill Syndra and Kog, it still doesn't matter because you have to deal with Wukong and Kane now. So it's like, yeah, those fights earlier really just put them behind, and now we can see the result. It's unfortunate.
Kuma could be in bit trouble here. Crab's not able to get over the wall, so he will walk himself out to safety, but there's 3 items completed on Crab here. Might be getting his 4th by the time he backs here. Syndra is very close to death cap, just hit level 16 as well. Kog'Maw's now got his 3 items. Lulu's completed the Ardent Sensor.
Yeah, I don't know about that Titanic.
Hey, look, he's building Frozen Heart, 4th item. There we go.
I need to build it now, man. Like, he's gonna build
I mean, it's fair enough. I respect it.
Although when you're building Frozen Heart, I'm not sure buying 2 cloth armors. Maybe you go for the whatever the little frozen piece of the armor is called. I don't think it really matters, but
look, man, it's high quality cloth. Okay, you have to get 2.
Syndra's huge now, almost Rabadon's.
Yeah, if we can get a gold check on Syndra here real quick, it probably has couple hundred in sitting in the bank right now.
Yeah, Crab just got him in.
Oh, he has his death cap on base.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, they're probably just farming up, trying to get a quick base, and they should just be pressuring what should be you know, any of these inhibitor towers. They could have probably ended the game like ages ago at this point.
I think so too. Yeah, they could have ended. But
yeah, might end up just playing it safe for the next minute and 40. I think I would at least want to see them at least put pressure on this top outer. Use that pressure to secure complete vision control over the Baron and get this tower, and then fall back to Baron when it spawns. Hopefully they do that and don't just sit passively here waiting for Baron to spawn and then just walk up to it and use the gold lead to try and force the fight and take it. But that's probably what we'll end up seeing.
yeah.
But
yeah, I feel like if you siege against large men though, your siege is really good. Like against their team, there's not a lot of ways to like get rid of the wave fast. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be a hard one. How do you approach Baron if you're red team?
I think you just kind of hope that they don't do anything to try and stop you.
You hook over the wall.
Yeah. You hope that there's just one wild stank just trying to 1v5 you as you walk up to Baron, and you just blind hook into the bush and get the pick, delay Baron for another 40 seconds.
At this point, Wander has to play the Blitzcrank like an assassin, because there's no way he's gonna get past the front line.
Yeah. He needs to sell all his items and just buy, 6, what do you call them? The, 800 gold red crystal that gives you 10%, that gives you the CDR. You just need to stack CDR here and just land every single hook.
Oh, nice spot frozen.
Oh, as they're going in on the stank, but the ult misses. Yone just doesn't have the damage to take him out. He gets almost destroyed. Bo Chicken just jumps over the wall. Stank doesn't even realize it, and he gets the kill. He's gonna get a double kill. Onto images. Now he just has to find his way away from this Syndra, and that will be a huge play. But he's going to get run down eventually. But that's a big play coming out from Bo.
Oh, flash away!
Uses the flash. Is going to go down.
Come on, man.
So that's 2 for 2 in the end. But as we've seen before, when these two people are down from large men, there's no way they can kill Kane Wukong. So
these are some.
They might just start Baron here as Crab is looking for red buff Wukong's on Baron. Sendra's killing pink wards. They are.
To be fair, that's the most coordinated both their carries have been the entire game. They really wanted the enemy bombing that.
Oh no, Quinter teleported in to try and help his team, and he's just gonna get destroyed off this TP.
Oh, no.
That TP was a little questionable. You knew they weren't on Baron. You had a ward on it, you saw it was just Wukong smacking it. I'm not sure why the TP there was needed, but Commit he's gonna go down. It's just gonna be a free Baron.
Stank's back like, hey, I came back from the dead, but I'm here to shred.
Alright,
don't worry, we have the Blitzcrank play.
He steals these.
I believe. Right. Okay,
alright,
no
they're body blocking the hook. Alright, they gave a gap, He's got this.
Oh,
nice try. Busted.
Unlucky. Kuma looking for a pick. Just nope.
Yeah.
Dragon's up 5 seconds. This will be third X-Tech Dragon for YoDaddy.
Yeah, this late game seems very weird just because the people who are supposed to engage, i.e. the Blitzcrank, Sejuani, and Orange, they start just letting the Tristana and Yone try and do the engaging. So I don't really know if it's a communication issue or just hey, they see an opportunity that the engagers don't see.
Yeah, they're down so much XP though too. Look at Sejuani. She's down 3 levels. Their mid laner's down 1, and their AD is down 1. So they're missing out even on base stats too. It's just bad. They're just gonna get sieged on or leaned on, and their whole base is gonna fall. Pretty much. I don't know. This is gonna be a hard game for them.
Yeah. Although the YoDaddy kind of has to actually do something. So far they haven't really done anything that wasn't the large men initiating a fight. And if you just wait for this game to keep going, 50 minutes in, one lucky Blitzcrank hook, you have a 70-second death timer, and all of a sudden the game could just completely flip and you could lose the game. So definitely don't want to flip it off a Blitzcrank hook at 60 minutes. So.
I don't get why we're just not sieging top right now.
Oh, this is awkward.
Kuma is trying his best to dance around the Wukong. Is now the rest of the team is collapsing here, but so is Crab. As he's in there, Kuma tries to find something, but he just does 0 damage to Crab, and now Crab's looking just to run him down here. The shields come out by the Blitzcrank, trying to buy some time.
W.
He just gets destroyed.
It
Quincy
goes wide also.
gonna be completely whiffed. Kogma's just gonna start wailing on him, padding those damage numbers on this Ornn. They aren't able to take him out, but Boat Chicken is going to get taken out as well. This Pain is just running through their whole team. He's healing off the damage they do. And that should be game. They have a minion wave in mid lane if they want to go pick that up, but they're just gonna take top lane or bot lane tower without the minions.
Oh my god, they should just go mid.
Nah, they'll just tank this up. I believe in them.
This is more alpha though, honestly.
Yeah.
Need the wave.
And I think with that, it's going to be game 1 going over to YoDaddy in a 37-minute comeback. They're going to take the win of first game of the series against Large Man and go up 1-0.
Wow.
So, was that the high-quality League of Legends you were expecting to see?
Oh yes, one person gets a lead and immediately throws away like 3 kills over to the enemy mid laner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just horrible. Like, I feel like their strategy going into the game was like, we're gonna 5v5, we're gonna play for the team fight, and they did that well early on, but then they just started fighting disjointed fights, and they came back, and it's just like, that's horrible. You can't do that. So I wonder how they're gonna approach it in game 2.
Yeah, I would like to see them at least draft a little bit more damage. You know, I like the simple approach of getting these big frontline tanks, but I think you just need a little bit more damage. Like if that was a Cassante or something that could provide a little bit more damage, bully the lane a little bit more. Maybe they could have utilized that to turn some of these early team fights that really let this game snowball out of control against them. So we'll see if they end up making that adjustment or not. But I think they can be happy with like the first 20 minutes, but then that 21st minute kind of just ruined everything. All right, and with that, I think we're going to throw it to a quick break while we wait for the teams to get ready for pick ban for game 2. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back for game 2 between YoDaddy and Largeman. YoDaddy up 1-0 in the series. Largeman have elected to go to blue side here in game 2. So, what adaptations do you think we need to see here from the Largeman in game 2 to try and get a more advantageous draft?
Yeah, I would like to see maybe a ban on the cog, like you go Philios cog, and then maybe either Nivea or Syndra of third,
I don't think the cog was too much of an issue. It's more of just like the Kane and Wukong
Right.
being more of a front line. I purely expected the Kane men to come out, especially since large men. They have a lot of large men with tank stats that just get shredded by a red Kane.
Yeah.
Well, so far YoDaddy sticking with the same bans. I don't expect them to change anything. I think the Maokai Fiddlesticks will probably be banned. Yeah, every game. If we go to a game 3, it'll probably still be banned there. As they're actually swapping it up, going to ban the Talia here out of from large men. Kravis, I think, played it once or twice already in his 4 games of playing the jungle so far for this team. So
a lot of respect going towards the Crab. I don't really like it considering YoDaddy. They have a lot of really good one tricks out there. Oh, it's just the Shaco support.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
it's over.
Oh god, please don't pick it.
All the casters are having their hands on their head.
Oh, that's better.
I called it.
Oh,
I called it. The tomato special.
It's better. Okay.
I can't believe you called this. What the fuck?
At least it ain't Shaco. Holy.
Just first pick the Heimerdinger. We're gonna get the Aphelios Lux coming out as a response. So definitely going to need a decently strong AD carry here to pair with this to try and answer this lane back. Unless Wanderer is just a god in this Heimerdinger and just can 2v1 this lane.
Yeah, what do you think they're gonna go for?
It's probably something like Ashe or Caitlyn, maybe. I think Ashe is a little better, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did like Ashe, Caitlyn, maybe even an Ezreal. But I think that's kind of leaning a bit too far the other way.
Is this going mid? Yeah, this looks.
Okay. I would expect this to go mid. I don't think you can play Heimerdinger or Viger bot lane, but I've been surprised before.
This is already interesting with Largeman because they have like two mages who sort of sit back and try to deal damage, and they have a guy who goes in.
Yep. Yeah. They have a large man in some pajamas.
I think Nocturne. He was hovering. I actually would have liked to turn over you here.
We'll see what YoDaddy wants to go with here. They could, answer this mid lane pick or go for their jungle. Maybe they want to, keep the Lux as a super secret flex, but no, they're just gonna get the Anivia locked in here. Sure,
it's frozen. Okay, it's a one trick Anivia guy who gets a banned every game. There's no way in hell he's not gonna pick it.
Yeah, they gave Frozen an opportunity to pick a good matchup for Anivia, so I think he just takes it. Although this Lux matchup, if he just wanted to pull out the Lux mid, that's also a good matchup for Lux, but I don't think anyone actually plays Lux mid. Yeah, so we'll see here what the bans come out. Just banning a bunch of tanks. They are really scared of Supreme Chris playing Malphite. I'm not entirely sure why.
Malphite and Renekton ban coming out.
Well, I think YoDaddy banned Malphite last time.
Was it YoDaddy?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right, well, these teams are just really scared of Malphite, and I'm not sure.
Dude, he is scary. He always flash.
Does YoDaddy think that Boat is going to play a Veigar bot with a Yone ban?
I guess so. Maybe there's, they need some extra scouting.
Is there room for Boat to have more in their champ pool?
I'm not sure, but without the Renekton being banned, Supreme Curse is just going to insta-lock that. They're going to give their last pick over to Crab.
Oh,
As a-
Quintic, living up to the name of Quinn.
Covering the Quinn? Are we gonna see it locked in? Not sure.
I mean,
How much solo queue can we see from large men in the span of 2 games?
This would be a pick. If they're going to pivot, they're going to the Alawi instead.
They have the Quinn to me.
okay, they need something AD though. It cannot be another. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Alawi is the AD, as Ziggs is not being hovered. Hey, what kind of essay do you have for us today?
Oh
Make us
my!
logged. Oh
Holy!
my God.
Dude, this is so bad.
This is this is insane.
Father Udir, mother Alawi, and their 3 children. What the fuck is this?
This is a family tree right here. Holy. Wow.
Oh.
This is bad.
I mean, Crab just needs to lock in something here with any sort of health. Jarvan works perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works.
I
This-
did call large men. They have the most unique drafts out of this league so far. And this is definitely unique.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I-
I do that word.
Although I guess you're pivoting the Vigar down bot lane so you could have the Ziggs matchup in it to
Gotta
a
be
Nivea.
Ziggs bot. It's gotta be Ziggs bot, right?
Like
Yeah.
it has to be Ziggs. I just don't know why you would pick Ziggs bot here.
Me neither. Like,
Look, both Shampoo is basically like Noah's Ark, okay? You just gotta get some of everything.
this
Yeah, I mean, like, the only reason I could see you picking Ziggs here is because you don't want to put Vigar in that matchup mid lane. But I don't think you can play Vigar bot, so... we'll have to see what they end up locking in, you know, as the game finally loads, but...
Look, Veigar Heimer sounds kind of interesting, not gonna lie.
Yeah, you put the cage down, then you drop the turrets in the cage
Whoa.
that can't run away.
Yeah, it's like a cage fight. You have little Beyblades in there.
Oh, man.
I
This
guess, I
is...
mean, that's just crazy to me. I don't.
I will keep an eye on draft to see where each of these champions go, but
I'm not loving it from large man. I think this is going to turn into a 2-0 real quick here.
Yeah. I mean, if they can get Vigar fed, there's a chance maybe, but like.
look, the faster this game goes, the faster I can go back to Baldur's Gate 3.
Not sponsored.
Holy.
Hey, Larian Studios, please sponsor us. We have no relation to your game studio at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think Edge and Knight would be so good with Jarvan here. Honestly, like he needs like something that will not disrupt the ZQ or something, and just get right on top of these 3 mages.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be insane.
I mean, let's be honest. From what we've seen throughout the course of the season, I don't expect the Ziggs or the Vigar to be able to stop the Jarvan Flag and Dragon Gauge
yeah.
with their spells. So I'm not sure it matters, but you know, it would be. He's probably gonna go, you know, kind of the same style of build he went last game. You know, get the cleaver, you know, maybe he goes a little bit more tanky on his mythic, or he could just go, you know, Gore Drinker, you know, Black Cleaver, and just kind of be a threat onto this backline with the Lux, you know, and a Philios damage over the top. And then Anivia could just kind of sits back as everyone's dead and be like, see, I'm useful.
So, I know from our reactions, this is a really hard question, but which draft do you like more right now?
Let me think about this.
My entire bet is just Frozen gonna wall off large men the entire game. There's no way in hell large men have any kind of entryway
Yeah.
into these fights.
Yeah, I don't see even if somehow large men get a like early lead, I don't see how they ever snowball that into anything with their team.
I do have a confirmation that Kuma is currently locked in Ziggs. So that means it's most likely gonna be
Oh my-
Veigar, Heimer, bot.
All right.
It's somehow
Uh,
even worse. Crazy.
Look. Veigar puts down his cage, and Jarvan can make another cage for the Beyblade skill after each other. Okay.
Okay. All right, we'll see if the teams have the between team coordination to pull off the double cage match. But until then, I think we're going to throw into a quick break while we wait for Spectator to catch up. And when we come back, we'll see if Largeman can even up this series or if Yo Daddy will take it 2-0. And we are back for the start of Game 2 between Large Man and Yo Daddy. Yo Daddy is up 1-0 in this series. And they are going up against a very unique draft on the side of Large Men.
Cage match, cage match.
As we get double TPs from the Ziggs and a barrier on Heimerdinger. So...
Dude, it's probably the
and a
best
cold
chance they
start
have.
for Renekton. What the hell?
It's the best chance they have. It's all solo queue now.
This is 5 TPs in this game. Let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go.
well. Hey, they don't start down 1 kill this game.
True.
So that's something to go for. They do have
so,
Yep, go for it.
From an objective standpoint of Large Men's laning phase, it's gonna be a shit to the farming and trying to scale enough so that they can just throw abilities and pray that the enemy team doesn't build full MR. Because I don't see a way where Ilaoi or Udyr are able to start or even peel any of these fights with Anivia. But they do have a lot of pushing power and a lot of just early game tower pressure. As we see a level 2 game coming from the Jarvan, not working out too well.
Alright, well, I'm sorry to inform you of this, but Wanderer is in fact not a good Heimerdinger support player.
Well,
so
you see,
it's
this is
a little doomed.
You see, this is very standard how I play Heimer, as in I don't play him great, so you know.
Those were some very bad level 1 Heimerdinger turret placements.
Yeah, that was horrible.
They're getting poked out, getting the wave shoved against them. Lost level 2 is probably just gonna get used to the other side of the turret very often, but actually a stun just lands, so they get 1 auto attack trade.
1 auto attack trade from the cage. Look, I told them a plan. Put the turrets in the cage, you know. As Rosen sort of, yeah.
He gets that sectioned off here. Kuma could zone him out from getting back to this wave, but now that abilities are coming back, the stun's back up. Kuma's got to be a bit more respectful, but lots of early trading. This is a fairly favorable matchup for Ziggs. But as the game goes on, you kind of just trade farm, and it's a lot harder, but the stun's going to land and change into another stun.
Let's go.
And they did 12 damage to it.
Look, slowly but surely, those abilities are gonna stack Veigar's ability power, okay?
True.
It's a lot of terrain control in this game.
I think I see Conquer on Udyr though. I think if he goes AD, it kind of pushes some of it, but yeah, I think he has to go or what's the system loading includes, right? I forgot.
Stridebreaker.
Stridebreaker, yeah.
I think Stridebreaker actually would be a pretty good pickup here.
Oh, Puma as out of mana, he's just gonna get traded back on. Frozen still has his passive, but doesn't really want to use it. As Becky's really spending a lot of time out here. Stank just used his Q.
Spectator. Okay.
Okay, we're here. The stun. He cleanses nothing. He's now trapped in the stun. He has to flash away. Udyr's coming in. He's gonna get taken down, and that's gonna be first blood going over to Poe Chicken. And now Ethereal Aim just walking back in, and he's gonna go down as well. And that's 2 kills going over to the bot lane of Large Men.
Large Men, early game. Let's go.
That was something.
All 4 sums used from Yo Daddy's ball lane, only to just get wiped off the map in this early game right now.
Go to game 3, come on.
Look, I'm telling you, the Heimerdinger lane won.
Frozen is gonna lose his passive here. One more auto attack. You really want to get this passive? But he's not gonna get it. Frozen's gonna keep his passive.
Wait, dude.
Becky? No, he's just gonna go for the Raptors. That's really, if you would have got that passive, it would at least have been something off your TP back. But it's going to let him, remain relatively safe here. But as we look up at this top side, there's a rather large lead being built up by Supreme up here in top lane. Already 20 CS up. He started with the Cole as well. and hasn't backed. Already forced out a recall from the Alawi early. And still just winning this lane, but now it's got to be careful as the Udyr is there, but I don't think they're going to have the damage to take him out. They're looking for this, but now it's a 2v2, but Kuma is here as well. The ult comes out and he just destroys Chris. As now Crab has to run for his life. They need one more stun, but it's going to pan away, so I don't think he dies. As now Stank is in a bit of trouble, but the stun is going to go wide, but he's almost dead. One more auto attack, and Boat is going to take him down. And the large men are popping off in this early game, up to 2,000 gold lead here at 6 minutes.
We were doubters, but look where we're at right now in this early game. Nothing could possibly happen later in the game.
Oh man.
As it seems that all 3 lanes of large men just seem to have a good advantage. Either from a Udyr gank or just landing abilities. It doesn't seem like they know how to play against this type of lane. This type of fiesta.
They're getting dragged down to the large men's world.
Fuck to my world now.
As the stun lands an ethereal image. Barely lives. As now Frozen just pushing up this wave. Just pushing Kuma out here. Has to be careful though because Becky is here. Does still have flash, but Supreme pulling that ult out, going for a trade. Quentin pops the ult as well, but I'm not sure what happened to it.
Why flash?
And he's going to go down in a solo kill. Trade of flashes in the top lane.
Yeah.
Flash, man, you're dead anyways. Just die.
Well, he could try to flash away, blow the Renekton flash in either way, but
yeah.
I think he was trying to go for a sustain play, because Alawi low health usually tries that. Every Alawi player tries that. That I've seen. Yeah. But all things considered, the Alawi is now approximately like 25 CS.
Yeah, he's down almost. He's 1.1k down. Now,
that's crazy.
Elected not to use his TP, just walked back to lane, so lost even more CS on that wave crash. Not sure why he saved the TP for that, but you know, the next time he dies, we'll have it available. But things are looking, you know, okay for the large mid. The spot lane is off to a pretty good start after the little bit of poor trading in the early game. As Frozen is looking for a trade, but once again is completely out of mana. Is just gonna get pushed off of this. He still has no mana for his abilities. Kuma just keep auto-attacking.
What?
Kuma?
No, it's fine.
Walks away. Okay. He was respecting the Jarvan. All right.
Yeah, but they don't know where Jarvan is. So Jarvan
misses EQ. He gets stunned by the cage. He didn't actually walk to the cage. That was a hybrid break.
Oh no, the cage match! The cage match!
100-0. Frozen loses his passive as well in the mid lane. He's gonna get a little bit of damage, but he will survive. But things are just going terribly for Yo Daddy here. Going way too aggressive on these plays and not executing properly.
The difference there is Jarvan didn't have level 6 yet, so he couldn't have his own cage.
Wow.
This volley is so good to watch.
Oh, I thought he was gonna catch
it. Wait, this is a kill. This is a kill. This is a kill. He can't kill you. Just fight him. Just fight him. You can fight him. He's dead.
There we go. He did it. He's got him low so many times.
Frozen is being 3 Yordles of large men. They just needed tinier men to complete their comp.
The large men was just a bait all along. It was a small man, but now Quintix getting run down in the top lane. He's gonna go down. As they get the flash out of Stank here, scared of any sort of follow-up. He now has no summoners once again. He uses Cleanse once again. I'm not sure where he used that one, but now Crab gets bounced over the wall, but now he leaves Wanderer out to dry. Wanderer flashes straight forward, but the Lux ult misses. The binding goes wide out. Crab's just trying to use the ult to trade something, but he can't find it. There's no damage left as Wanderer's trying to chase him down, but Becky gets caught out in the 2v1. Is now Boat Chicken trying to crouch back up. Stank could turn this around into a double kill. Ironingo's trying to come back into his turrets, and he's going to do so. Stank is going to go down!
He gets a shutdown, though.
And that's a shutdown for both of them.
As
cool. Frozen walks down to try and clean something up. Holy. Wow. These teams are just non-stop fighting in the most awkward positions possible. As I was going to talk about how overly aggressive and greedy Frozen have been playing this lane, and he just gets bailed out by his team keep fighting. But
Well, he didn't really gain anything from it. He has 0 kills, 0 assists, so he sort of just came down there for some extra experience.
Yeah, I mean, Frozen's just there's multiple plays in a row where he was just being super disrespectful to Kuma, walking up into his face. Once you use your abilities, like you had no more mana, you had no cooldowns, you had no passive. You're just gonna get run down. I'm not sure why he's being so disrespectful, but now he's in a really bad spot here with not being able to get his lost chapter and Ziggs as, and now the Ziggs ult just gonna come straight out. He needs one more Q to land, but doesn't quite find. He actually forces the flash away from Frozen.
Wow.
Who has to leave once again without TP. He's just gonna fall further and further behind.
Yeah, this is
As
That's
a killing spree.
Wow.
Going over to the
Just
Vanguard.
goes down in bot lane. And apparently all you need to do to beat Stank Ethereal is play the weirdest ass bot lane you've ever seen, and they don't know how to react.
Yeah, here's all the pushing power. Now they have two strong pushing Yordles going in the mid and bot side, just getting all the plates in the world. There are now 2 plates for both the mid and bot side, so each. So it's all the 3K gold is leading towards right now.
And, oh, Frozen's going even greedier. He's going Rod of Ages build this game. He's already super far behind, and now he's being even more greedy with this build. He's not going to do anything for until they're fighting for Dragon Soul.
What do you think you should build then?
I think you just have to build Everfrost.
Yeah, I personally would build Everfrost.
Really? Against a lot of poke though? Like Everfrost, you're not gonna be like usually in range, no?
Yeah, it gives you an early power spike on it. It's a very cheap item. It's super strong with your combo here. It's just a really reliable CC, and you can look at as I say that Kuma is gonna get caught out here. The Lux ult from off screen doesn't do anything, but Crab's not able to find the damage.
Oh.
Is now he's just gonna turn it back around with a Ziggs ult and get a double kill.
So bad.
And I think this might just be a wrap.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you know that thing where I was like, "Hey, yo, daddy, all you have to do is wait for large men to like walk towards them, and you can just wall them off and play the team fight that way." Yo, daddy has just been walking straight into large men's face and been getting punished every single time. So even the fights are really weird.
Renekton is just gonna turn around this 2v1. He barely can't find the damage. He finally gets it. And now the TP is coming in to try and save his life, but in the meantime, it's a trade bot lane 1-for-1. But Quintic was able to take out Renekton. Now he's in a 1v1 against Anivia, and I don't think he's going to win this one. He's trying to out-heal, but the Anivia does a little bit too much damage, and he's going to get traded back. But this meantime, Ziggs is going to get the first turret in mid lane, I believe, with his execute. It's a little bit more damage.
This is pretty good, I think, for large men. They get a 1-for-2, but they get the mid tower thing. They should get it, I think. This is huge. This is a big tower in this game. Now Udyr gets a lot of prio on Jarvan's camps.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be very easy for them just to keep walking up. Ziggs can just go bot lane now, trade lanes, and just push and execute this bot lane turret as well. Not sure when Renekton actually got the Herald. I don't think we saw that, but it looks like it's about to time out, so it's gonna have to drop that soon. It'll at least be a little bit more gold in his pocket. If he manages to drop it in time, he's about to get into combat, then he won't be able to. Did he drop it or did it time out? Okay, he dropped it. So, at least get him a little bit, but
I'm kind of sad to see that Becky's just padding bot while Rift is being dropped here.
Yeah, it's also a bit rough considering he just missed the plate mark. It just turned 14 minutes, so it's very unfortunate that Chris did not get any of the gold. Although they are waiting for Kuma.
Ooh, he gets locked down, but it's just no damage coming out. As now there might get collapsed on here as Wanderer's looking for the flank. They have Udyr to follow up. The ult grenade comes out. He gets this flash out of Stank. He's going to flash away. Flash out of Ethereal Image. And now Crab has to jump over the wall. They will get all out to safety. That's going to be 2 flashes burned. We'll see if Kuma can feel safe enough to push up to try and finish off this turret. He just needs like 1 or 2 more autos on this, and he should be able to execute it. But the wave clear is enough, but now Ethereal Image.
Ethereal is just taking all the damage.
Really, the only strong point that he has.
I think they should have dived him, no? Like,
Yeah.
Udyr
They probably could have there, but As
No stun.
playing it safe, they'll just get the turret. Supreme here still trying to exert pressure in this 1v1, but Quintic's starting to get a little bit more tanky. He has, at least the armor boots to protect himself a bit. But the rest of the map is just falling completely apart for Yo Daddy. They're kind of just hoping for some more large man mistakes that we saw in the mid game of last game, where they kind of threw, admittedly a smaller gold lead than this, but still things are possible. But this Ziggs is so strong right now.
Oh god. Wait, why is Vygar building X? No, like it's actually better on the other two.
I'm not sure why he's building.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. Ziggs is also building. If he's turning this into Shadow Flame, or if it's gonna go the what is the other item called? I forget the other one, but as I say, that crab is lucky to be caught out here. He gets stunned up by the baby cage, and he's going to go down right as Dragon spawns. And that should just be a second Dragon going over. As now Stank is just getting destroyed by one single Heimerdinger turret.
This Heimerdinger is so strong right now.
He's trying to turn it back around, but now Ziggs is just here instead, and he's going to get blasted. He gets the heal, but it's not enough, and he's going to go down.
Yeah, if Yo Daddy want any type of chance, they need to try and bring this Renekton down. All the power that he got from the early game has to be paid off by and trying to kill all of these Yordles that's just terrorizing the map right now. Look at them, look at all of them going after the tower.
Alright, so, they were just confused by the name, but now they're looking for a flank. Renekton's coming over the wall. They're going to get the stun onto Wanderer, but he's just going to flash out to safety, using the barrier just in case. As they'll just disengage here as nothing else can land. As Frozen just gets destroyed trying to walk forward, but now Kuma, playing it a bit aggressively here, has to flash away. Gets walled into the rest of the team. But overall, another victory for Large Man as they get Dragon and another tower.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to just walk into all of large men's damage from the three AP carries on their team. There's just a lot of slow, there's just a lot of terrain control, especially with the Ziggs, Satchel, and Cage.
Oh, the ult is committed onto Ethereal, but it's not quite enough. But now Stank is having to run away from Becky as the Ziggs ult comes out just to buy some more space. But now Becky gets caught out. He's going to get taken down here by Frozen. As now Supreme is trying to get in there, but the baby cage just blocks them up, and that's the left going down. Now Frozen is going to be next here, gets tagged up by the turret. It flashes away, but it's not enough. He goes into passive form, but the rest of his team has to run for the hills, and he's just going to go down after he revives. That's going to be a double kill over to Quintic, and they're still going to get the Herald.
Did any of you guys expect this game to go this way?
Definitely not, man. Definitely not, but I mean, I feel like it's just like, I think it's a less of an outplay by Large Man and more of mistakes just by Yo Daddy, honestly.
Yeah, they just made those crucial early mistakes that will see if Quintic can just flashes for this kill, decides not to. I think it's just, rather large mistakes from Yo Daddy in the early game, whether if it's not, comfortable in the matchup or whatnot, but at this point, they're just throwing their bodies at them, hoping for a miracle, but I don't really see a way back for them besides a catastrophic mistake by the Large Men. So
it's definitely possible. So
it is possible.
There are a lot of shutdowns on the board right now, and being able to get that gold just even on Stank himself, he's forced to build an early Hex Drinker and Merc Boot, so there's not too much damage coming out of the Aphelios. It's a hopium game for Yo Daddy, I believe, right now. As Ethereal, he's now caught out.
He's running for his life, but the Ziggs ult is committed, and he's going to go down.
He caught the nuke in midair.
He saved his team. He caught it in the air before it could land. Now Crab has to run the baby cage arm quite in time. And now they're trying to turn this around, but I don't know why. They're just getting destroyed as they both get taken down. A double kill for Boat Chicken. As now Supreme is trying to take this 1v1 as Quintic turns the ult around to try and buy some space. and now Supreme is running for his life. The last pull does land, and that might be enough damage. He's barely going to live. If he gets hit by one of these tentacles, he will go down. But he should be able to walk himself out. But even the strong point you used to have is now being beaten in the 1v1. It's not good.
Yeah, Lely's gotten to the point where she's just able to sustain out. I'm surprised she did go to black.
Image, what are you doing?
It's look, it's
there is zero chance you ever have the damage to kill him from full HP.
this Lux is living on
Team's turret has been destroyed.
yeah, life support.
Yeah, I don't know if living is the proper word, but
Okay, they pulled the plug a few times. Okay.
the son needed the outlet to charge his Game Boy, so the plug was pulled. That's, I think we're in for a couple more minutes of Yo Daddy torture here. Okay, so if you're large man here, do you just stall this game out to just continue like the mental warfare against Yo Daddy and tilt them off the face of the earth?
Baron and Siege.
Or do you just try and win the game in 4 minutes and let them forget about it?
No, just Baron and Siege. They have such a huge lead. Like they control this game right now. Like,
I'm pretty sure the mental damage has already been done with this draft. You already saw us during the drafting phase.
Yeah, but see, it's the one form of mental, damage to just get destroyed in 20 minutes and lose. It's another to get destroyed in 20 minutes and then the other team just refuses to let you lose for the next 20 minutes. Like, no, you're staying in here and I'm having fun after what happened to game 1.
Yeah, they have a better scaling comp in the late game probably, but like why even risk it? Like you have the game right now, Stank is not he's not strong at all. Like he can't do anything in this game. Why wait and give him a chance to,
Watch out, the cupcakes are chasing down the Gator right now.
When the Ziggs just TPs in top lane and just starts running after reacting. It's like, no, come back and fight me. He has 3 items now. Completed that Void Staff.
Those calories are scary, man.
He's just chunking even these people who have a little bit of HP, and they're just going to start this 20-minute Baron. They're following the IXZY school of thought. Just win the game.
Yeah, you have the game right now, man. You have so much gold. Just throw yourself at this objective, siege down the top tower, and you win the game.
Kuma is alone right now as
Alright, the ult is committed, but he just saves the satchel and satchel straight out of it. Crab doesn't have another flag that drops, so there's no follow-up.
the best part about the
Becky is walking super far forward. He has the Hysterics, but it's not going to be enough, and he's going to get taken down. As now Kuma's a little bit caught out. Traded of flashes. Didn't want to get tagged by that reactive flash, so good flash on that end. But now they're just sieging up in mid lane, taking the mid lane turret. Frozen is here to try and defend. He walls off Wanderer, has to flash away, but now Stank is trying to continue the fight, but just gets satcheled back into his own base. Commits the ult. He's actually going to get this kill. No. Wanderer lives. Frozen flashes forward, but the burn is actually enough to take him down.
If they're able to get this damage or this shutdown off, it's going to be a huge...
Yeah, Bo needs to get out.
Yeah, looks like they're not going to have to follow, but now Quintic, for some reason, is staying for the fight. Baby K's trying to buy some space. Quintic might get run down here. He gets walled back in and has to burn the flash again. But now Kuma is here to turn around an overextension. He might just go for the one-shot here on the Crab, but walks out of the bush instead. And
no, man. If you're a large man right now, you just try to wait for your team to group up. Like,
yes, just wait. We're not five.
Like IXZY's pulling out his hair right now.
Yeah, but what if you just wait for the Lux to walk forward? He's gonna go down. Kuma still has
Lux hasn't been champion all game as Frozen now just gets split into the egg because of the cat.
He gets stunned up off the egg. Supreme Chris goes down. Frozen's gonna go down as well.
You can push mid here.
They can just walk it down mid and bot lane. Both have double exposed inhibitors to just be able to take this one. And Crab should, maybe he can flag and drag away to safety. He uses the flash as well, but Quintic is on the chase. He's gonna get taken down. Alright. But Yo Daddy just needs to live for 1 more minute and Frozen will have a fully stacked Rod of Ages. So the game might be winnable. But that just completely one-shots Ethereal once again. as Stank is getting destroyed by these Ziggs mines, and he's gonna have to get away to safety real fast. As Kuma doesn't care about the win, he's looking to kill Stank one more
The
time.
satchel is used to try and push Stank back into the fight.
Doesn't
As
find the
Kuma
damage, and now
might get
he's gonna go
punished.
down. He's gonna ruin
Oh,
his
the first
KDA
death!
before they win the game.
It's winnable, guys. They got shut down.
And Frozen couldn't even complete that 10 stack Rod of Ages as they lose in 25 minutes in an
Wow.
absolute stomp coming out of the large man.
Alright, predictions are on, guys. 2-1, who takes it?
Wait, so who had to recall? Who had Yo Daddy winning 2-1 and had
I had large man winning 2-1. I think both of you had the
Yeah,
Odette.
we had
Here's a question. Do you want to switch? Does anyone want to switch their 2-1s?
That is
Look, if large men have more interesting drafts like that, then I want to see that in playoffs. But
see the
I'm
problem
not sure
with
if,
the problem with their interesting draft is that it only worked because of how poorly large men
Yeah.
played it.
Or Yo Daddy, yeah.
Yo Daddy played
Or
it.
for
Yeah.
how Yo Daddy played it. Like
Yeah.
Frozen just absolutely griefed that 1v1 matchup in mid lane. And I don't know what their bot lane thought how they thought they were supposed to fight.
Well, then
But,
we perfectly executed summoners from Stank after he did not cleanse the cage and splashed anyways.
Holy moly.
But
Okay.
hey, at least we have a series on our hands, you know?
Yeah. I guess my Baldur's Gate 3 can wait.
Game 3.
All right, we will throw to a quick break after that fiesta of a game, and we'll see if large men can carry on the momentum or if Yodada can pull it back and win game 3. We'll be back shortly. And we are back for the start of Game 3 draft between YoDaddy and Largeman. Series tied up 1-1. Everything's on the line. And who can have the weirdest draft?
Yeah, and I ask again, anybody switching?
Yeah, I'm standing tall with my Largeman draft, even though I don't think that Game 2 is gonna happen again.
What do you mean? You can't stand tall, man. You have to stand short.
They still had one large man, so it was fine.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as drafts go, it looks like the Heimerdinger ban is now being put in. We will not get the tomato special this time around. As it looks like large ban, they're just gonna triple ban again towards Crab. So I guess we'll see where this goes as all I can say in terms of the last game is play better. There's nothing really you can do about drafts, really.
Yeah.
In this scenario.
They left Aphelios up, so they probably want Stank to pick Aphelios and then probably pick another Poke Mage again.
That might be the strategy. We'll see if the mind games will pay off here. Is YoDaddy really thinking about their first pick here? Last two games, they insta-picked it. So, giving it a bit more thought. Yeah. So they're going to go with the Rakan first pick. And then Maokai is open!
Oh, wow.
So Becky is just going to insta-lock that one. No thought needed. So, that's an interesting trade-off. Picking the Rakan after you know you had to leave the Maokai open to ban the Heimerdinger. And we're just going to get the Zyra pulled out for a Wanderer. Sticking with the theme of he doesn't want to deal no damage, only have one hook to do anything. He's just going to kill everyone by himself.
I was about to say, I was kind of surprised that Largeman didn't just pick the Xayah. Because didn't they ban it away from Bo Chicken in the last two games?
I think it was just the first game that they banned it.
Yeah,
I think they dropped it in the second game, but I think they dropped basically every AD carry. I guess they've only banned Kagura because they just let him have Aphelios first pick, but they will get the Xayah Rakan. And we'll see what they want to round out their first half of the draft with. It's going to be that Wukong again. So the atypical flex pick. They're going to be able to hold on to here, not knowing if it's mid or if it's top or jungle. But we'll see if Largemen just want to, pick a AD carry here. That would be my guess. They're just going to pick Tiger again.
Look, Zyra is basically a replacement for Heimerdinger, okay? You have the plants there, you can still have the cage match.
Yeah, you can cage match him into the Zyra plants instead of the Heimerdinger turrets. It works perfectly.
Yeah, you still have a lockdown with the Zyra route as well.
Yeah. I guess, to be fair, if you watch back how terribly Stank and Ethereal played into the Vigar, you're just like, hey, it might not be, a very optimal pick, but fuck it, if these guys don't know how to play against it, let's just lock it in again.
Yeah, I think that's their thought process.
As Malphite ban coming over, the
third game in a row, Malphite gets banned. He's not a very happy rock, but I have to see here as the Yone gets taken away.
Yeah, it is a very tough matchup for, I think, Rakan and Xayah. This is pretty bad.
Rakan just gets bullied out, and he gets all his dashes get canceled by the cage in general. Veigar just has a lot of safety, and there isn't really a good way for Xayah to walk up.
Yeah.
In the first place, I don't like this adjustment they did for ball lane specifically.
No, yeah, I think I would have liked to seen a Cog. I would rather play Cog into this. Yeah, you can avoid the Vigar with Xayah, but it's I don't know. I don't like the cage into Rakan. It's just so bad for him.
As Ziggs does get banned out this time around, we will not see as much of a pushing power from them.
That was the bloodiest Ziggs versus Nivea mid lane matchup I have ever seen. So, are we just gonna get a blind Malzahar lock? That would be
Yikes.
very aggressive, and they are gonna do it. So
A lot of
Frozen,
AP again.
I mean, well, how much does Frozen really have in terms of the champ pool?
how
Or,
many good matchups does Malzahar have?
This is
Exactly.
so weird.
Like everything is a bad matchup for Malzahar. So
That's a lot of AP, man.
Yeah, but it's the same concept, right? You just push in towers.
well,
Yeah, they don't have Ziggs though.
yeah, Malzahar doesn't quite push towers as well as Ziggs, but it's just gonna be the Anivia locked in again. So, gonna go back to that comfort pick, hoping to pilot it just a little bit better in an easier matchup this time in mid lane. It's a lot harder for Malzahar to actually have early push. He's gonna go out of mana real quick if he tries. So, should be a little bit more tame as we have the early levels, but doesn't offer a lot of setup for his team. As the Viego is going to come out. So there's probably Crab on Viego and Wukong going up to top lane, but
Definitely.
we'll see what Quintic's response is to this. How they weave this out, they get more AP with the Karma top.
I'd rather Alawi. Please don't go Kled. Okay, you can go Jax.
All right.
I mean,
Okay, Jax is pretty
okay.
fair.
Yeah.
All right, you can at least counter strike every like 8th Wukong Q. What's the cooldown on that thing? Yeah, AP Jax. That's how they fit this in.
No.
But yeah, large mid once again. Lots of playmaking coming out of their bot half of the map. So we'll see if they can punish YoDaddy's bot lane once again. How do you feel about these two drafts now that they're completed?
A lot of I mean, I think YoDaddy has a pretty big engage comp with Viego, Wukong, and Rakan, and I think large men have a lot of tools to deal with that with Maokai ult and Veigar. So, and definitely Zyra zoning. So it's gonna be tough to kind of get in there and do what you need to do.
Yeah, my biggest concern is that YoDaddy's early game throughout all of these games have not looked the greatest so far.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have another situation where large men's ball lane just get out of control again, then it's gonna look extremely rough on the bot side. Having all the objectives, having mid lane go down, being able to rotate.
Yeah, and YoDaddy's gonna have to. They definitely can't fall behind like they did in the game 1, or have to rely on one person to kind of carry, because between Veigar and Malzahar, they are very good at saying this one person is going to get CC'd and then comboed 100 to 0 and never play the game. So if they just have one person trying to dive in by themselves, they can get very easily just immediately blown up and kind of lose the fight off of that. So we're going to have to see a little bit of coordination out of YoDaddy, as well as a substantially better early game than what we saw out of game 2.
Yeah, and they're going to have to invest into a 1,300 gold item, so... and they're going to have to maybe even just go cleanse with it. It's pretty bad. Like, that's a lot of CC, and you have to really respect it, honestly.
Yeah. All right, now that you've seen the drafts, one final opportunity. Do you want to swap picks? You sticking with the YoDaddy win?
I said 2-1 YoDaddy, but you know what? Like, they did pretty good large men with the weird draft last game, and I think they could definitely win this game with how their comp is positioned, but I'm going to stay with YoDaddy. I think game on the line will make them play a lot better in the early game, and hopefully we'll get a better.
All right. Dixie sticking with his pick. Comeonet, you staying strong?
There's a significant lack of Yordles on large men this time around, so I think I'm going to stick with YoDaddy. Because really, they have... I just enjoy their draft a bit more. They have a bit more control with the top side now. My only concern is the bot lane.
Yeah, definitely.
All
about
right.
you?
As we've seen, it can go either way.
I'm going to stick with my large man prediction. They might not have 3 Yordles, but they at least still have 1. So maybe that will carry them to victory with their large man, small man combination. But we will have to see as we throw it to a quick break where we wait for champ select to, or the game to finish loading up, and when we come back, we'll see the finale of Yo Daddy versus Large Man. All right, and we are back for the start of our final quarterfinal matchup between Yo Daddy and Large Men. We'll see if we get any funny business here, but it looks like neither team wants to risk anything on this level 1. As once again, Wanderer with the barrier, no ignite, no exhaust, no heal in this bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Rakan is gonna be able to do much, so I kind of respect the barrier, because if he does ever get ganked on, he has so much time to for his plans to just deal damage.
He has time for his plans to win the cage match.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't think exhaust would be better? Or even
No,
just,
not Zyra is one of Rakan's like hardest matchups, just because Rakan, his W gets canceled by the root. Anytime he tries to walk up, he'll just get poked out, especially with like Zyra range plants and whatnot.
Oh,
It's just in general hard matchup for the Rakan in the first place.
yeah.
And matchup with the Veigar, who can just cage you in if you try anything. Oh god. If I'm the Rakan right now, I roam.
Yeah.
I get like level 3, try to get like dragon plays and whatnot. As this map is looking very bright right now.
Yeah. We don't need any sort of fog of war here, but already getting a very aggressive trades here. Mid lane is. Both mid laners going down to half HP, but not a whole lot of trading power from either mid laners at level 1, so it's mostly just minion damage at that point.
I can take my sunglasses off. Okay, here we go.
As Stank has got the level 2 first, he's just walking straight at boat, gets half of his HP for free. Good trade by him.
Yeah, the early level 2 push, it's gonna be a bit rough for the Veigar in the beginning, but the Veigar just needs a couple levels in order for the magic to just turn around.
As Supreme is about to get solo killed, he gets away with less than 100 HP. We'll start to regen there. Has the Doran Shield popped his potion, but not a good start, as he might just get dove here. See if his clone gets back up off cooldown. It probably will be in time, so he should be safe.
Rakan uses W, he gets caged in as Flash.
What was that flash? Supreme goes for it, but the tower is going to go down the damage!
Oh my god.
Okay.
Nice try. Yeah.
Yeah.
NT.
We're playing Valorant now.
No, man, there's no way.
Nice round.
There's a next round, right? We can just reset, go next?
Yeah.
Remake, guys.
Yeah.
I like.
Game 5.
It was a bug. The flash gave him too much armor.
He was too tanky with the flash. Yeah, all you needed was the one auto, and then Wukong loses the entirety of like 2.5 minion waves at least.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he got his
like-
flash.
Yeah, even if you just trade it 1 for 1, you at least deny the minion waves. But
Yeah.
unfortunate for him, he dies and doesn't get the kill back in return, so that's a pretty big advantage going over to Supreme. Now already having that Sheen and saving his TP.
Yeah, this is
So-
big.
We'll see if he can, he gets gotten ahead all the other 2 games as well. Was able to really convert it in the first game, not so much in game 2 with how far behind the rest of the map became. We'll see if he can use this advantage to really bully top lane and try and, get his team a lead going forward. As Viego's looking for a gank, I think he is spotted on the ward, but Jax still looks to be aggressively trading. So might be in a bit of trouble, but should be able to get himself out to safety. But it's going to take a decent chunk of damage to do so. As gonna have to be careful if they look for a dive here. He doesn't have TP, so it could be worth it just to trade the 1 for 1 in a dive. But call it off for now, but still looking here. Becky is rotating up, but took a little bit of pit stop, is now moving away.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna take the Krugs at the moment. Just get the denial from the Maokai.
Gonna be fine here, but Kuba's getting forced out, so really no retaliation is going to be coming here, as that's going to be at least 1 camp in favor of Crab here. As we look down at the bot lane, still, even in CS, as now Stank is looking for an engage. The cage comes out to keep him out of the fight, and a good disengage tool by Boat, but now he's out of mana. He's gonna have to use that TP soon to get that mana bar back.
Yeah, both bot lane of Large Men They used most of their mana bar already, so it actually gives a lot of breathing room for this Zyra Khan combo to be able to walk up, try and look for small trades, or just be able to farm. A lot of the resources haven't even been used. Rakan still has both potions. I'm not sure where a lot of the mana was used for.
Yeah, it's probably just trying to really heavily contest wave push, and you just burn through a lot of mana before you have your Lost Chapter to do that. But
Yeah, Crab is on the dragon currently. He's having no vision and feeling like he's safe enough to start to go up.
Quintic popped the ult. He's trying to run down Supreme. He still has the flash, but he's not going to have the damage. Supreme's going to be able to walk himself out.
Yeah.
He might just bait another failed turret dive again.
No, please.
As he's about to take 6 here soon, so I don't think you want to try and flip this. Quintic's just going to back off.
Quintic, sorry, good.
Yeah, if you're going for that play, you gotta...
Crab's got to be careful here. Becky's in the area. They have the Malzahar ult. They're just going to commit it. Frozen has no mana for the stun. They can't get Crab out of the ult, and he's just going to go down. As now Frozen has to retreat, but they should just be able to get this wave in and get Kuma a good TP. And I'm not sure what that play was looking for. They knew Frozen had no mana. And it's just an easy ult turn from Kuma.
Yeah, a lot of these mid lane plays is just, from the last couple games has just been Frozen being out of mana, and him not being able to follow up on any type of gank.
I mean, I think it's on Crab though there. I think he's like deafened in voice or why is he ganking when Anivia's low on mana? Like, I don't know. That's a weird gank. You should have just backed. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder how close the Maokai was to being in vision when he was pathing up. It must have been barely on the edge, so they just barely didn't see Maokai. And if they would have seen Maokai, I assume they would have just immediately called the play off. But just barely out of vision there, so a huge kill for Kuma. Now almost to his first item already. 20 CS up in this matchup. And looking like a good start once again for Large Men. Not quite as explosive as we saw in Game 2, but at least able to accrue these small leads, and we'll see if they're able to, snowball off of that.
Yeah. Is this a better game to go Rod of Ages on the Anivia?
They're not in a desperation mode already by the time he backs with 1100 gold, so it's better.
In the bush.
But now Boat takes a lot of damage, but I think it was the Rod of Ages last game wasn't like a problem with the item. It's just the fact that to get gold value out of it, the game is already lost by the time you even have the catalyst. So it's like, okay, so I need another 3 minutes just to complete Rod, then I need 10 minutes for it to stack up. And they didn't even make it that far. But, they should, hopefully, unless something catastrophic happens, they should at least be able to survive long enough for it to be completed, as Koom is actually getting destroyed here in this mid lane. They need a little bit more cooldowns, but Frozen doesn't quite have the damage, and now he's going to have to run
do you not just ult that as Kuma?
From Maokai. He doesn't need it. He has those diamond hands, but now they have to be careful as Crab is coming back in. I don't think they have to have the damage. He needs to flash away from Crab. He ults the stun away, so he can't follow up, but now he's going to have to keep running. The Maokai root is enough, and he's going to go down, but no, I was walking into the real image. He flashes forward, trying to get the kill, and he's going to get it. But now at the same time, we have a fight up in top lane to the death. 1 auto.
Oh, just flash,
but no one's going to get it. Quintic is looking for if the flash
Oh my god!
Oh, he does the Q. What is happening?
No way, man.
Oh my god, he's saving Flash for next season, man.
Guys, my eyes are closed. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Nice round, nice round.
Nice round.
What's going on with Sting as he just gets run down by the Maokai?
NT. Oh my god. No way, man.
All right, well, as we come out of the folds of whatever that just happened, Becky, 3 kills up, going for this, AP. It's going to be demonic embrace, and we'll see how far into the AP, Becky decides to go. But starting off the game, 3 kills on Maokai. It's sitting on a ton of gold right now. It's going to be real good as Frozen is still aggressively looking for these trades over and over again, but it's been getting punished every single time. And that was already a completed demonic embrace on Maokai. I mean, very hard to control any sort of objective control wherever the Maokai is. His top laners might just look for another fight to the death. Decide better on it. Decide to take the cannons first, and then go for it.
The cannon menu is very important, especially to top laners.
Why Caulfield's a Rasheen for Jax, so like that's a little weird, no? Shouldn't you just go Sheen?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I assume he's just gonna go Divine, but now Frozen has been in trouble. Kuma just can't quite get in range for the ult, I guess, but there he gets in range. He's gonna pop the ult. Becky goes under turret just to get in range. And that's another kill on Frozen. Just really getting bullied here. Had the flash, I believe, that whole time and didn't think he was in danger and needed to use it, but gets called out. And now the rest of YoDaddy is caught in between the whole team. That's going to be an instant kill on the Crab. It's now Ethereal is trying to peel for his AD carry with that quickness, but Stank is just getting run down here with the slows, and that's going to be another kill going over Wanderer. We can get a dragon off this as well, and this game is snowballing very quickly out of their control.
Oh my god.
Yeah, prediction change?
Bro, why the never mind.
No, you go for it. Go for it.
NT.
Unleash the flame.
NT.
Look, man, all my predictions are coin flip, okay? It's been that way since Emerald League has ever began, so.
I feel like whatever I pick, I'm wrong.
So just make sure next week you don't pick yourself to win.
True.
So we're going to get another fight in top lane. Both top laners commit the ult, and now they're going to look to maybe just back off here. So we're just going to be dropping the Herald in mid lane, trying to get at least some plates for Frozen before these expire. And not quite land the stun, and now it's a little bit traded back on, but
Is Herald
Becky-
gonna be able to, if Becky comes in to just auto attack and smite the Herald, but looks
Kuma
like
is in
Kuma's
trouble
gonna
here. He
land.
gets stunned up, double stun lands, and there's going to be a reset for Viego. He's going to pop the ult. Should just be able to take down Becky as well. That's a huge shutdown going his way. They're going to get Herald Crash as well, and it's a ton of gold in this Viego's pocket.
Okay, that's good. That's what you need. Holy.
That is
Yeah,
probably the worst possible outcome for large men there.
yeah. Kuma didn't have ult yet. Very unfortunate. Just at the time he died.
Yeah, he's about like 10 seconds away from Flash as well. It's really, if they timed it, good timing by YoDaddy. If it was lucky, well, they needed some of that. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so we'll see now that everything's cooling down a bit from that fight. We have multiple first items completed by the large men. Everyone but Jax is now on their first item, and so far no one has found it yet on YoDaddy. But now Stank, looking for a fight, gets put in the baby cage. Wanderer's gonna buy enough time. He actually walks into the cage at the end of it, goes forward, tries to get the kill onto Boat, but he still has flash, and he just flashes out of it. And that's going to be a kill for Boat Chicken, as Stank couldn't find the damage to close that one out.
Yeah, Stank is playing extremely, way too confident.
That seems like the motto
that's
for the whole team right now.
Yeah.
And Frozen just TP'd back and walked at Kuma and lost half his HP for it. What is going on?
Yeah, IXZY, if you're playing Desire here, when you just wait to try and get at least Gale Force.
Yeah, an item. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like 100%. You just wait for your Gale. There's no reason to be aggressive. You have, like, honestly, the better late game team, in my opinion.
Frozen might be going down here. The
It's burning
Khan
away.
was able to survive, but he's just gonna burn
Flash.
down. That's his passive popped, and now there's a
Oh, double!
Maokai and Zyra here. Double root lands into the double Maokai ult,
Nah.
and that's 2 more kills going over.
This is Rift.
Oh god, Wrath of the Forest right now as the double root is securing the mid.
All right,
Mid
so
support,
both top
as-
laners drop the ult. Supreme just trying to kite this one out. Quintic is backing up, doesn't have the Sheen, so can't find those procs. He's just gonna go down to one more kill,
Like-
and that's going to be it. Why are you taking that fight?
He has Kindled him Caulfield. Like, where's your Sheen? That's a lot of damage he's missing. Like, he could be winning these 1v1, even if that guy has Divine Thunder. Like, it's crazy, man. There we go. We fucking got it. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Is it? general rule
pathing is,
for all you top laners out there. If you don't have Divine Sunder and the other person does, you have to be very careful about how you fight said person.
A good tip for anyone who has an auto reset in top lane, build Sheen first. Thanks.
Jax, yeah, like what?
You have auto reset on Jax. Jax W. You have auto reset on Rukon Key. You have auto reset on Ilaoi W.
For real. I don't get it.
Yeah,
But-
that's just gonna be Rifttail going over for Yo Daddy here.
I feel like
They
it's so
look-
illegal that they get this rift too. Like I feel like large men have a lot
Oh,
of pressure.
they might not
they-
get
they
it.
might not get it.
Becky has something
Oh,
to
the
say.
steal!
Becky steals it. The smite comes out early from Crab, and now Becky's in the middle of this fight with the Maokai, all just ripping through the whole team. Crab's gonna get
burning.
burned down. As
Oh,
now
wow.
Ethereal Images is going to follow. One more auto attack is all they need. There's a
No.
greedy back from Supreme, but he's not gonna get caught out for it.
This might be
That's
it.
2 kills and Herald over to Large Man.
I don't
Frozen
know.
was able to pick up the Maokai on the back end of the fight there, but he's just walking us straight into.
Gotta be
possible
careful.
death.
The flash
Oh.
into the silence. He does
got
have
R.
the ult. He's going to pop it. Now the Zyra's gonna have enough damage to help clean this one up. Boat's here just in case he's going to snipe that kill. As Frozen goes down once again, trading his life back for that Maokai kill he was able to find.
This is really bad. I think my main priority, if I'm not getting this backs ahead, and you just win the game. So this is a really dangerous situation. Oh, Supreme's
All right. Well, we get an all-in once again. Both ults traded, but Supreme is just gonna run him down with these Qs. Needed one more. I'm not gonna find it.
But Jax still doesn't have Divine Thunder, so lo and behold, one person loses here. As
Oh no,
both
the
Fallen
baby
is
cage
up-
lands, he just completely blows up Stank. He flashes with the ult to get him to safety at 1 HP. That
Yes.
was a flash and ult and cleanse burned to look at the dragon die.
Yes, Stank is sort of always misplaying the cage as he cleanses before walking into the cage and gets stunned out anyways. He only gets his tenacity off of the. Do you go Navori Blades in this matchup?
Who?
Zaya?
Oh, Zaya. I mean, I don't think so, but I would think like, man, this is a hard game though for Zaya, to be honest. I don't know. You could go Navori. I don't see why it would be bad, but
I feel like I would just prioritize the Gale Force at all times.
yeah, I think
For
I
this
think
game specifically.
this would be better. Yeah. Definitely need Kraken soon though, for sure.
Well, we'll have to see if he's able to get to that point. And
He just needs to farm up for it. As
Oh.
Supreme is walking back in to try and
looking for
bait.
something, but Quintic just wants to take the 2v1.
Okay.
He's going to get the kill, and now he has Maokai to back him back up. Crab has to run for his life. Ethereal Images is here to try and turn this one around. The Ignite comes out, and that's going to be 1 kill. Going over to Crab as now we're paused up. And
Now
it
we're
is a
frozen and
beautiful time, but Becky is probably going to go down here. He has no flash. It's going to be who they give the kill over to. It's going to be a double kill going over to Crab. As that Boat has to make sure he gets himself out of here.
Yeah, no reason to stick around here.
Yeah, you see, the issue is the 3 AP carries of large men were not around.
Yeah, where were the small men?
The small men were not there to back up the large men, and the large men go down. But, you know, Crab is getting pretty strong here. Up to the 4 kills here. He does have his training force. Has those Mark Treads to reduce all of this CC coming out. See if maybe he can have a pop-off performance and kind of get his team back into contention here. They are less than 2,000 gold behind now, as Crab just completed the Moss. So it's going to be very tanky against all these AP threats.
Yeah, it's a good build. I think he should probably build some other damage at him and then build another MR at him, and that would really round up his build really well.
Do you go GA here third, or?
No, probably not. I'd
Okay.
probably go like something else, like probably just some other damage item, either. Definitely not DD, but you would probably need like. You can go Borg. I mean, Borg would be too bad. Even Kraken potentially. I don't know.
We'll see what Crab decides as he's the one who has to make that decision. We just get to make fun of it if it's not the right one.
Yeah, just build better, idiot. What happened then?
We might not know what the correct item is, but when you build it, we'll know that what you built is wrong.
Yeah.
So, Crab is looking, make a 2v1 play here on this Jax. But Malzahar is just free time up in top lane. He should be able to secure this tower on this next wave coming in here as Frozen rotated to try and help secure wave clear in mid lane as Supreme is really baiting this hard. The ult is going to come out, as now he needs one more ult to get the knockup chain going. But Crab finds the damage here, but the flash ult immediately comes out. He doesn't quite have the damage. He should be able to secure this one. He's going to get the reset, and maybe he'll be able to walk this one out. He is very fast, and Zyra's not going to commit to the collapse just yet. We'll see if he can get his way out, but in the meantime, Kuma is just getting destroyed up here in this top lane. Trying to find an angle for the ult, but can't find it. Is now Ethereal Images just goes in without the rest of his team, and he might just get caught out here. He has to burn the flash as Boat Chicken is trying to find the baby cage, but they're not going to be able to get in range just yet. Supreme is able to dodge it with the clone, and everyone's going to walk out to safety. You know, much needed kill going over to Yodaddy.
Yeah, and imagine like if they just listened to the stream, large men just need to play for Jax. Like their whole bot side is fed. They don't have to worry about any of them. They just focus their attention on getting this Jax ahead, and this game is over. But Crab did a really good job getting King there, and I think that was a good window to look for him. Yeah, I don't know. This is getting bad, but I think large men should get this Drake too. They have a lot of prio.
Both teams kind of gathering in this area here. We'll see. Kuba has completed his second item, but he decided to go Demonic Embrace here, so a little more focused on that dot damage. See if it's able to pay off. But Quintic, once again, fighting Supreme Chris. The Wukong ult is now down for this fight. That's a pretty big engage tool on the side of Yodaddy. Baby Cage goes down. Get a little bit of chunk coming out onto Chris. They just have to be focused on Crab, make sure he can't get any resets start popping off. So now Frozen just walking straight in forward. They don't have the Wukong ult, so he can't find the engage. He clones back out to safety. He's able to force him off the dragon, but now Quintic is in the backline, just absolutely stunning up everyone, looking to try and get the kill onto Ethereal, but just goes completely kited out. He's going to go down, but in the meantime, Crab tried to go in by himself and just got destroyed as his stank goes in. He's not able to quite find the damage, and he's going to go down to that burn as well. As finally the Rakan ult comes out, everyone is super low. Can Frozen clean this up? Quadra kill going over to Kuma. As I think they're going to back away, not wanting to risk this fight with Frozen, who still has full HP.
Smart decision, yeah.
But Zyra's in a very greedy spot. He walks over, he has vision of Frozen, but it's not going to be in time. And that's a shutdown going over to Frozen, working his way towards a second item. Looks like Kuma will secure this tower before he goes down for... But Frozen's just flashing forward, but misjudges the angle on the stun. And everyone is able to walk out, and that's flashed down now on Frozen for the next 5 minutes. Kuma's got to be a bit careful if Frozen finds him.
Didn't spot him on the ward, though. Like, he should know that he's there, no?
Oh. No, that's it.
No, like, there was a blue ward in, like, past the brush.
I don't think he knew that he went that... I guess you should know, because he flashed down, like, he went downward, so you should have known that he didn't cross that point, but... a bit unfortunate.
There's just a few routes that you can go. Just not enough information.
Yeah, but Supreme is looking for it, but there's backup here for the bot lane. He's just going to get ulted and go down as Frozen TP's in. Hits by the baby. He loses half his HP to that damage. Now Becky gets caught out in this bush here. They're trying to get onto Crab. They got the CC going down as Crab just gets blown up. He can't get the reset.
Becky's alive, wow.
And that's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of large men as they look to try and start up this dragon, but Becky is at 1 HP.
He'll heal up from the auto attacks.
Able to get in there. Should be able to secure this one up with the smite, but now we have a Wanderer being caught out. As Frozen gets another kill here. Is Ethereal Images? Can he jump back? He's not going to be able to.
He's burning.
Got dotted up, and this game is completely hectic here. It's now Frozen.
Wow. He's gonna get
trying to get any bit of damage. He's going to have to back away. Bo just has to walk up, put the baby cage down. He gets stunned up, and he should go down. He does have his passive. It looks like he might survive for now. And they will let him get out here. But no, they're still looking for something, but the cage just barely misses.
No, he should back away.
But Xayah, in the meantime, was able to secure that mid lane turret, so a bit more gold back in their pocket. But still down 3,000 gold, 4 minutes away from giving over Mountain Soul, which would be really detrimental to this Viego's any hope of ever getting in the backline and getting resets going. The amount of health and shield that gives.
How do you think Yo Daddy comes back in this game? What do you play through here?
I think you just play to stall. Like, you just hope that large men, you don't try and force anything stupid. You just hope large men can't figure out how to kind of push the game forward, and you just try and stall with Anivia. And wait for your opportunity. Because I think if you keep trying to force these objective fights, right now it's really hard for Crab to do it by himself. He's just going to get completely shut down by Kuma and Boat.
Yeah, all honesty, I feel like Crab should just be more patient in going in, because he's supposed to be playing the Viego more like an assassin. The moment he gets his resets, it's more... that's where a lot of the Viego's power lies in. Just getting those resets, getting those executions, letting the Xayah, Wukong, and Anivia just shred them down, right?
Yeah, but Wukong's just going in, but he immediately gets put into the cage, so Maokai ult comes out to peel, and they got on top of Frozen. He gets ulted up as well, and he's going to go down with no egg to protect him. Ethereal Image is trying to peel, but it's not going to be enough. And now Stank shows up way too late. He's just going to go down, uses the ult to buy a little bit more time, but it's not going to be enough. That's a second Quadra in this game. Boat secures the second, and that's going to be Baron, as we are reminded yet again that no one in Emerald is allowed to have a penta.
Sigma is just keeping his $10 here, or whatever. That's crazy.
That $10 is all he has. No one can take it from him. Oh.
Nah, I mean, that is just horrific. This should be the day, to be
Yeah,
honest.
they didn't have Stink at all for that fight in general. Stink was on the bottom side of the fight and in a choke point nonetheless. So.
Oh, but Kuma gets locked down here as they try and find something, but don't have the damage to commit to it. That's once just another summoner, you know, expended for nothing there. Ignite being used as well. Unfortunately, not able to find the kill because they did have some backup. And now you just try and push all these lanes and
Yeah.
look for anyone to misstep.
Yeah, they need to get bot pushed and start sieging that bot tower immediately. Oh, Becky's
Becky is just 2v1ing this bot lane here, trying to kite them back to his saplings. Now Crab is coming in to try and follow this one up. A trade of flashes, and now the Maokai ult comes out just to make sure no one is coming in. His Supreme is dashing in, but he just gets locked up by the baby cage. He just gets popped by this Vigor damage. And that Hex Drinker is definitely not enough to save you at this point.
This guy needs to find different angles instead of just walking and through the front door.
Oh, Kuma
Oh my god.
Okay.
didn't quite find the range on that flash, but this whole time they're just buying time for Quintic. He's pushing up in this bot lane. We'll be on this tower soon. Wanderer has lost a ton of HP. I'm not sure how that entirely happened, but Frozen just walking straight up to him, uses the stopwatch to try and buy some time. He's taking a lot of tower shots here, but is able to flash Leap Strike out to safety. But Crab is looking for a reset, but Wanderer smartly goes the other direction and not give it to him.
Oh, what did Wanderer do?
Wanderer's but the ult comes out, but he gets immediately suppressed, but it's not going to be quite enough damage. He finally goes down, but the huge feather pull back from Stank. That's a double kill over to Frozen. And that's going to be a 4-for-1 going in favor of Yo Daddy as large men just overextended themselves at low HP.
Yeah, they should have took some resets there after, and then just went to Drake, but...
Supreme really wants his kill on Zyra, but I don't think he's gonna get it to Rylai's.
Oh man, they don't get soul now. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's just going to be another 5 minutes delayed on this, dragon. And that's just, kind of what Yo Daddy needed to do just, a little bit sooner. Is just play it slow, look for wave clear, and wait for someone to make a mistake.
Yeah.
But
This is giving me PTSD of game one. They had three Drakes. They got stalled on one of them, and then Daddy just didn't look back after that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Miami's
it's
close out, but
they got a lot of much needed gold just from that fight alone. And we're getting to the 30-minute mark, so we're getting to like the 4-item point at this point in the game. Still ain't no one's game if these team fights keep going either way.
I really don't like Kuma's decision here to go for the death cap instead of getting ahead of the curve with the void staff. You know they're trying to stack some MR,
yeah.
and you know Viego is the main target you just have to kill. And he's now building up a ton of MR, and you like, okay, Viger on the right page, he gets void staff 3rd item. Zyra on the right page, getting void staff. But Kuma decides he doesn't need it, and we'll see if that actually comes back to bite them, not having the actual damage to chew through all of this MR.
They're moving bot here.
Yeah, the map is currently split. There's only the Jax and the bot side as
I
they're
think
not converging on
Quintic
him.
is a little dead. He's going to try to outplay this, buys enough time for his team, gets a good opener, but that's going to be all he's going to get is the charm into the stun, into the root, and he just gets destroyed.
Yeah, let's turn to Rakan though. The Rakan has 5 kills.
Oh, maybe not. No.
Supreme looks like he's able to get away with just committing that Wukong ult, and it's actually oh no, okay. It was just because Quintic bought a Spear of Soju while Crab is possessing him. I was like, why did Crab just buy a Spear?
No.
I feel like a DD would be better here. You're in the... It's pretty good.
It looks like he's just gonna stack more MR. He might go for the Blitz End next.
Yeah, like Jax needs to get something like that. He needs some armor. So, like,
Yeah, Jax is the only quote-unquote AD threat on the team, but all things considered, he sort of gets kited out and negated.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you can even, play for the, building armor or something to negate Jax. It's like they have 4 AP threats on their team. You just have to hope Jax can't be effective with auto attacks. You can't afford to build any armor at this point, but...
Yeah, I mean, for Jax, though, like, he needs some armor. Like, he's against... You got Xayah and Viego and Wukong. Like, that's a lot of AD, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, they're gonna go for Baron here, actually.
Yeah. Frozen has now completed his 4th item. So...
They can do it on spawn.
Starting to scale here. We'll see. The Baron is not up for another 45 seconds, so we'll see what they do in the meantime. Looks like they just content with pushing these top and mid waves.
Yeah, Frozen's sort of forced to respond to the Jax, because if you leave him alone, he's just gonna take the base.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the better windows for large men, purely because Anivia has a lot of damage from Yo Daddy at the moment.
Alright,
Just a small Baron dance, trying to keep mid lane pushed.
Yeah, we'll see. They don't have finally used their sweeper here. They don't have any control boards, so they won't be able to deny any more vision now. But let's see if they just decide to start it on spawn. Malzahar is really good at this, but he's not even helping at the moment. They're just starting it up straight away. Supreme is here. He's got the angle onto him now. Crab is trying to close in. Looks like they'll be able to get away before the collapse can happen. But just buying time for Jax. Let him push up into the spot lane, see if he can get onto that inhibitor. But actually, Zyra gets caught out here and just gets completely one-shot. That's the first reset for Crab. As now Becky is caught out. He's in a bit of trouble here as they just flash straight onto Boat Chicken. He's surely going to go down here. The Malzahar ult comes out, but it's just not enough to save Becky. So Kuma is all by himself. TP comes out from Frozen to try and stop them. They get a double TP out, but now Kuma can just turn this around and get the double kill.
I just lost him.
And now Quintic is looking for a kill onto Supreme, who teleported in so low health. He goes down as well, and now it's Anivia to try and save the game. Kuma has TP if he wants to join his top laner, but it looks like that's going to be all there is. Quintic's just going to get double TP for this. And they turned a winning play into a little bit of disaster. They're just leaving their team out to dry with those double TPs.
Yeah. Wow.
So they're trying to support so
Kuma!
much.
It just gets flashed on. The silence comes out, but it's not enough. As Stank is able to secure that return kill with 30 seconds left on Dragon. That's going to be Malzahar dead for 20 seconds after that spawns.
Yeah, that's a huge pick, by the way, by Stank. That's like a massive pick. Now they have so much prio for this potential soul fight. This is really good for them. Wow.
All right, Quintic.
I don't know. Wow.
Alright, we'll see where this goes as Frozen no longer has Splash. He's caged up at the moment.
Frozen's looking for something. He can just one-shot
Boat.
Boat. He's gonna die as soon as he comes out, but no, the CC comes out enough to interrupt the ult, but he gets another tick off of it, replanting it. Now he might go down on his eggs, but the reinforcements are here. The Rakan ult is enough to buy some time, but he still goes down. Wonder trying to cut it out, but it's not gonna be enough. It's now Stank is in the middle of the fight. He's just free hitting. They have no damage to threaten onto him. Quintic is trying to run for his life, but he might just go down here. But that's another huge win for YoDaddy. They're still chasing onto Quintic. The flash into the stun comes out. Can they find the CC to kite this one out? Quintic is going to go down as the Malzahar ult TPs to try and stall something out. But that is a 1-for-4 in favor of YoDaddy, and that should be another dragon for them as Supreme is teleporting. Or, no one is back. Oh, Stank back.
Stank is back. Stank's back.
To clear out the minion wave, and now let's see if Kuma can 1v3 this. There is no ults on anyone, but I don't think he's going to be able to have the damage here. He does have the Void Staff now, so he does a lot of damage, but it's super risky to try and walk up to contest this.
Yeah, I would just give this up. They need to just find a group angle. He's 100%. Already playing with fire with what's happening right now.
Yeah,
he's just gonna jump down.
Stunned up. He has his ult here now. Viger can show up here as well. They get Wukong on the dash, and now Crab is stuck in the cage as well. He's not gonna find it, but he gets the reset to immune the Viger ult. As now he's gonna go down to the Zyra plants, and now Ethereal Images is gonna get caught up, and he's gonna go down as well. But will they walk into Stank now? No, they're gonna back away to safety.
Wait for the Jax. Wait for the Jax and go Baron. This is like an easy call. If you're red team here.
You go Baron immediately. This is just a lot of
Yeah, Jax just can walk over here, do Baron. They have to defend these Super Minion waves. You see Frozen walking down there. He has no TP. You know this should be free, and they'll be able to secure this.
Alright, with this Baron spike, they need to not lose another ace team fight. They only have one lane to push. They just need to wait for a mid and bot lane to push. Or large men.
Yeah, they need to be really patient first.
Just play patient, let your Malzahar get to you, group up as 5, and just kill whoever walks into range.
Please God, just wait.
Alright, Malzahar's walking. Let's see here, team
okay, he's alive, but do not engage yet. I swear.
Alright, we'll see. It looks like they have a little bit of restraint here, and have decided to regroup with this Malzahar. They are now 5-man strong. They almost have flash on both Viger and Malzahar. That's going to be a huge survivability benefit for them. We're looking at Wukong. We're looking at Viego to try and disrupt into this backline. See if Frozen has been finding a lot of good picks here with this Anivia, as he's looking on to Kuma here. Is able to get a ton of damage down as Kuma just gets chunked to half HP. And that's
they shouldn't even be in the top lane in the first place. Just push top lane.
100%. Yeah, they just need to push top. I don't know what they're all doing mid.
Look, it's ARAM now.
Yeah, this is horrible. They should just go top. Siege.
You need at least one person up there so you can Baron and power them.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright, they finally get one person up there, but now they are very split up. Kuma is still in this little corridor here, as they're just not putting any pressure on this Baron wave as they push it up. As that Wanderer gets caught out by the Anivia, he's just going to get immediately blown up. And that's a shutdown going over to Frozen. And they just keep stalling this game out. This is really looking desperate here for the large men. Not able to find any angle they're looking for. Not really sure how to push forward, as all the inhibs are all going to respawn here shortly, as mid-wave is going to respawn on this mid-inhibitor will spawn on the next wave. As now they're split up once again in a 3v5, but Baby Cage buys some time, but they just need to keep walking, don't get caught by the wall.
Yeah.
They're going to get out to safety for now, but they're posturing way too far forward. Becky has to use his flash just to get to safety. They're pushing way too deep with just 3v5 here.
We did get top tower though, but it's just like we could have gotten a lot more if we just played better here. But yeah, I mean they also large or YoDaddy just stole a large portion of the Baron, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, we have full items completed on Anivia and Xayah. We have full items on the large min in favor of the Malzahar. So they still have one item to go on boat, so really, boats, I guess, he is doing the classic boat, hasn't really been farming for the past, 15 minutes, so doesn't quite have the money to complete his 6th item here, but
40 minutes.
you see the gold lead is basically non-existent here, as now Quintic is getting caught out into this 1v3. I've seen this play before, and I don't think he's going to survive. The stuns lands, the knockup lands. The Ignite is committed. Now Quintic should be going down. Here's Frozen shows up just for good measure. And is able to secure that kill. And the large men are really just falling apart here in these last 10 minutes. Have no idea how to coordinate together to close out this game.
But Soul playing, there's a whole bunch of people on the top side right now, so...
Yeah, they got a lot of pressure on this Drake. That's how they can win this game.
They have 20 seconds
to... As they're setting up a trap, set up the Maoke's saplings.
Wukong does have teleport. Quintic has it when he responds in 35 seconds. Looks like they might just try and rush this, but this is a 4v5 for the next 30 seconds. Can they try and find a pick on the Crab here over the wall? Not quite able to find the CC. A huge Viger cage, and they're getting a lot of poke damage down. Crab is now under half HP, as they might try to flip this thing. TP is coming out here from the Wukong. They need 15 seconds for the... and he steals it! And now Boat Chicken gets caught out. He's going to go down as soon as the Sonia's ends. And now Stank is flashing forward into their backline. He's just going to clean them all up. And this might be game. Becky is running for his life. But now they're just TPing straight into top lane. We'll see if Frozen is able just to continue this push. They get one turret, but I think he's going to have to back off here shortly. Quintic is now going to start looking for something. He has Becky coming, but he can't find range for the leap strike. He's now getting completely kited out here, but Frozen walks into him to keep him into the alt range, but it's not going to be enough as Quintic is just getting burned down. Frozen flashes forward, gets this wall in place, and he's going to secure a double kill off of this, and I think that's just going to be game.
Wow.
As a Frozen refuses to lose on this Anivia once again. And I think that's going to be able... It doesn't look like they're going to close out this game, as Viego and Wukong didn't go mid lane. And
they're pushing 2 different ways. They should bring Frozen mid.
So this isn't going to be the end of the game just yet, but they're going to lose a lot of their base here. At least 2 inhibitors. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. It might just be 1, and we'll see if they can force them off of this. The root does land on the Frozen. He drops the ult defensively here, as Kuma still has his ult. He died without being able to use it, as the Maokai ult comes out, barely tags him, but they can't quite get range, as the Rakan buys so much space here. And now Kuma's almost going down. He just needs to ult anyone in range, but now Boat Chicken is able to just execute both of them. So that's going to be bot lane inhibitor being traded back for it. We'll see. Quintic is going to be alive, as now the rest of YoDaddy is going to have to retreat here, as Crab is aggressively looking for this top lane inhibitor, but I don't think he's going to be able to get any damage off that. Just going to have to back off. So, all base turrets besides the Nexus turrets down for both teams. There are 3 towers left standing in this game. 4 inhibitors up. There's Mountain Soul. Baron is alive. We'll see if they try and just rush over to this. They know there's still 25 seconds on the carries with no TP on Frozen.
They don't have Smite, but I feel like they can just zone them away from the pit, so they should get it, right?
Alright, round 3 on Baron for large men to knock a ace and have some sort of...
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching Dignified.
Alright, Jack's TP's up to make sure they secure it. They're gonna be able to get out of this. Just please, no, just recall together. Don't... No, you could... Okay, if there was any form of vision in that pit, Boat was dead.
He's so doomed.
They just sold him out, but yeah, he's able to get out. And I wonder, is Boat almost on his last item yet? He's sitting in base. I wonder if he's close to the completion of his item. He has 2,500 gold here.
What's this last item even gonna be?
Banshees, maybe, just for the MR. It doesn't actually help you against the Anivia stun. But when you say that, Wukong just finding the angle onto Wanderer, they're going to get caught out into the charm, onto the Malzahar. He's going to get caught out again.
Oh, no,
and once again, they're in a 3v5 situation where they have to defend against sewer minions. They do have Baron to try and stall some time. But it looks like it's going to be a bit rough here. Becky just flashing early to make sure they stay out of range. It's going to be on Boat, landing some huge Veigar ults in cages to try and slow this one down, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to pull this one off.
They don't get a wave.
You get one wave down.
They just go top hit the inhib, yeah.
Yeah, they should have plenty of time though, considering there's still 30 seconds on the clock for the Malzahar, 20 seconds on the clock for the Zyra. A wave is coming in as well.
Oh, he wasted cage early, yeah. That's an early cage.
He's get this cage, try and group up those melee minions. But Frozen is looking for it. He lands a stun onto Chicken, and he's gonna go down. And I think that's gonna spell the end here. Becky goes down as well as Crab Dats the turret. He's gonna go down, but I don't think that really matters here. As Quintic is trying to buy enough time, but it's not going to be enough. Wanderer has just spawned. Kuma is up in 4 seconds, but I don't think it's going to be enough time. Wanderer is trying to stall as much time as he can. He's keeping Stank away from hitting the Nexus, but now Stank can just free hit onto the bot side, goes for the kill onto Zyra first. And that's going to be Yo Daddy coming back from an impossible game to close out Game 3 in 45 minutes. 42-40 in kills.
Wow, man.
Taking the series. All props to Frozen for flashing in, looking for all the plays, looking for to wall off any type of exit that large men, at least blowing like 3-4 flashes with his consistent plays in like the last 20 minutes of the game, it seemed like.
Yeah, they had a huge lead, almost like 8k up, I think. That's crazy.
That is just unfortunate for large men. Yeah. Well done by Yo Daddy to keep the mental strong and to find the angle to come back into that game, but large men have to be kicking themselves for, letting both game 1 and then game 3, which is an even bigger lead, slip through their grasp. But Yo Daddy is going to be moving on to the semifinals next week, where they we'll see if Pandas decide to pick them, or I believe the Black Sheep were able to win their series as well. So Pandas will have the option picking between the Yo Daddy and Black Sheep to see who they want to play.
Yeah, hey,
in the next week's series. Yeah, IXZY, any insight on what's going on here?
Yeah.
Hey man, it's up to. I already know who I want, but let's see if my team wants it.
All right,
That's
well,
all I'm gonna say.
Well, we'll have to wait just a little bit longer to see who the Pandas are going to pick. But overall, it might not have been the cleanest League of Legends, but we did get a banger 3-game series out of these two teams. What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
All right, and I think with that, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for our first quarterfinals matchup of the playoffs. Hope to see everyone next week, same time for our semifinals matchup. Actually, 1 hour earlier, not the same time. It'll be, 7 Eastern?
7 Eastern, 6 p.m. Coastal? Wait, CST?
Yeah, 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern.
All
right, so 1 hour earlier than a normal starting time.
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere in the world.
But we hope everyone joins us once again for what will hopefully amount to just as a great series. We'll see you in the semifinals. But for that, I'm going to send us off. Thank you all once again for joining us.